Hey, you look like a Scouts master.
Yeah, but hang. Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
There's a movie. Here, I'll do this. There's a movie with Chevy Chase, and he's like a scout leader, and he's like, "Hi, how are you?" He's like, "Fine, thanks. How are you?"
I didn't know that.
And then, it's the same kid from Home Alone or Home Improvement, that little tan looking kid.
Have you ever walked up to somebody and said, "How high are you?" You're like,
You're asking personal questions there, bud.
Not at work. Not
Right.
past 8:30 a.m. at least.
Never.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Journey Unknown podcast, brought to you by Racky Tack Outdoorsy. Scott here.
got Swilly.
Alton.
He may look familiar.
Lee.
He's been here before.
He's been here before.
Yep.
It ain't his first rodeo, but by golly, it is his second.
Nope.
Episode, I think, is this 22? This will be, yeah.
I think so.
21,
Yeah.
21 went out this week with Hunter Hadley. Good one. He's up in, actually, he's in the mountains now.
Yeah, Smoky Mountains.
So he
right
wasn't,
now.
is he still in Tennessee?
I think so.
He just went.
Time I talked to
he
him.
went north. He was snapped me earlier, but again, I don't have service at work all day, so I can't catch up real good. I can mustard pretty well, but not catch up.
Mustard, yeah.
You know I like ketchup.
Yep.
You do too.
I like ketchup.
I love ketchup.
Yeah, not.
Archer wanted ketchup on his eggs the other day, and with my wife being gone up until yesterday, I'm like, hell no, you're not getting ketchup on your eggs.
Because you wanted the ketchup?
No,
Oh,
I don't. I don't like
ketchup.
ketchup.
Okay, that's right.
No,
That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, put some jelly on it.
When I discovered that, I was up there at Leroy's, and I had a jug of ketchup, and I was just being goofy.
Yeah.
I acted like I was going to tip it up and drink it, and he you could really tell he passionately didn't like that.
No, it's a deep passion of mine, along with eating
Don't
boogers.
you do that?
Yeah, eating boogers and eating ketchup. That's my two favorite things in the world.
Oh, yep.
Archer likes doing both of those. Unfortunately.
The other day I was eating scrambled eggs and I found a couple eggshells in the egg.
That
I was
get
like,
you? Really?
That's one that'll get me.
No
What,
kidding.
An eggshell?
Having a little
Is it
bit,
worse than a hair?
as long as it's like my hair, I can look at it and like, okay, it's whatever.
But if like two people are cooking,
if it's like me and my wife, my baby, even my dogs, if it's like my household
Yeah.
hair, I'm okay with it. But if I'm in a
Yeah.
restaurant, it would do it to me.
it's kind of like whenever you get done gutting a deer and you just shot that sucker right Texas heart shot, and then you go cook some deer meat up and it's got a hair in it. You're like, no big deal.
It's-
But you go to a restaurant and it's
I'm
like,
done. I'm done with
yeah.
that.
I used to be really bad about it, but now I'm like, well, I hate sending food back or making a complaint, and I've already paid for it. I just pretend I didn't see it,
I think there's like
and you just keep pulling it.
it starts curling.
Yeah. When there's some really short curly ones, then we have some issues.
So have you ever, wife complains about the bathtub not draining, so you're like, I'll fix it, and you pull that drain tub up, and you get them needle nose pliers up, and you pull that big old wad of hair. It looks like a little gremlin.
That
coming
came
up.
off her back, of course, obviously.
That gives me the ugh.
Yeah, it just comes out this it's that wad of stuff. Do you ever smell it?
No. I have tasted it. No.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Put a little ketchup on it.
You
one
get them
time.
little drain stoppers, man, and it's like you can't even wash down your piss in the drain because it's full of your wife's hair.
Well, the worst part about
Aggravating.
my wife sheds a bunch. That's weird to say.
Shit.
She does.
Well, it's
I think-
coming into summertime. They're getting a summer coat.
Yeah, that's right. But like in the mornings, every morning I'm and I'm spitting up or I'm blowing my nose in
Yeah.
there, and so you got this hair and bugs and just whatever else it catches. It's really
I'm not gonna
gross.
lie, that made me sweat when you said that.
Sweat.
Like in a good way.
No, kind of gross.
Okay.
But we all do it. I mean, yeah, we all do it.
Right.
Hey, anyway, today, besides topics of pissing and boogers in the shower,
It's an awful way to start this podcast.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
discussing some IO because unlike Swilly, me and Alton don't really give two rats turds about turkey hunting. I'm going. I don't even know if he's going.
Like I said earlier, if one of my buddies calls and says, "Hey, you want to go turkey hunting?"
Yeah.
Sure. And got some. I know where some turkeys are.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
down, but I'm not probably. If my wife, I said this the other day, said, "Hey, Alton, you know what? Next Sunday, do whatever you want to do. I got the baby. I got life. I'm going fishing."
I'm gonna go mushroom hunting.
Yeah, I'm going fishing.
Right in the middle of it, I'm gonna go fishing and mushroom hunting at like 8 a.m. Open the morning turkey season. Just
I don't
blare
blame
through
you.
the woods.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be a good way to get everybody's attention.
Oh, yeah.
So we just got done with youth season last weekend. You got to take Kaylee out just a little bit in between some ball games. Did you get on Eat Birds Sunday?
Yeah. Saturday she shot. We actually managed to call 3 birds in, and she shot and
All
missed.
hens? All hens?
No, they all had red, white, and blue heads. I don't know exactly how long their beards were, but they was all males.
Yeah, I don't know.
And so,
I don't discriminate on that.
Yeah, but anyways, she was all upset when she missed, and I mean, I was pumped. I was punching the steering wheel going down the road. She's like, Dad, why
are you mad at me, Dad?
She's like, I missed. I didn't even kill him. And I was like, that was the hunt.
Yeah,
like it was the whole experience. I said, that's
Yeah.
what was awesome. And I said, that's what I chase. I said, you're not always going to kill a turkey.
Oh,
And I said,
usually
especially,
not.
I said, just think about it. I said, you're 9 years old, and you just shot at a turkey doing a run and gun setup.
Yeah.
I was like, that's your first turkey you've ever shot at. I
You
was
can't
like,
beat that.
I was like, it was an awesome experience. And I said, and I hope for many years to come that you'll want to chase turkeys with me. I said,
Right.
eventually I'll have you belly crawling on them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty quick.
But no, and then Sunday we got on another bird, but this was an old bird. He wouldn't hardly answer a call. And so we was scratching the leaves and stuff like that. And we worked him for probably about 15, 20 minutes.
First slide or?
No, it was a little bit into the day because we rode around for a good while
Okay.
and didn't hear no gobbles. And then
Yeah.
finally we heard one and went after him. But we worked him for about 15, 20 minutes. And then finally we made a move on him, got more level with him, started scratching leaves and stuff. And then we seen him pop over the ridge, but he was like 70, 80 yards down the ridge. And she actually got to see him, but he was not strutting. He was just poking along. And he was looking for what was making that noise.
Very, very alert.
Yeah, and as soon as he didn't see what he was looking at, he just, like a big buck, just down the hill he went.
Bye, Felicia.
Yep, bye, Felicia.
Yeah. So Saturday, Trevor met me here. He didn't take his cousin out. So we were taking Oakley and Archer, and Archer's only 4, Oakley's 7, her first year turkey hunting. And I thought it got daylight at like 6:15. So I'm thinking we can get down to the farm at like 5:45. We're going to walk not very far. I got a blind. I've got chairs. I've got all this stuff. We get down there at 5:40. I'm like, Trevor, it's cloudy, but I can almost see. He's like, I know. I'm like, we got to go somewhere. And it started raining anyway, which would have been better for a blind. But didn't hear a bird, didn't see a bird. We traveled around, absolutely nothing. We were talking to people, and they're like, man, nobody's hearing any birds this morning. Very few people I heard even shot one or had turkeys gobble. So I kind of chalked that up for a loss. And then Sunday I didn't really have any plans. And then our buddy that went to Texas with Tony, Daryl Deaton, he got a bird Saturday morning with his boy. So he's like, hey, man, he's like, if you want to go Sunday, he said, I've got a spot on public. Won't disclose where that's at, but he said there's a lot of birds. And we got one. He said some of them are old, some of them are young. Some of them are dumb, some of them aren't. He's like, we can get on and have fun. I'm like, well, that's cool. I said, I've got me and Archer going in Oakley. I'm like, I kind of need help rattling them up. I thought I saw some outside. And he said, no big deal. And ended up being one of his buddies that's a taxidermist in Elsinore. I meant to get the name of it, but I can't remember now.
Is it Caston or
Yeah,
Sean?
Caston.
Okay.
Caston. Do you know what his place is?
What is it? County Line, Texas?
County,
Yep.
Is it County Line? So I want to give out a shout out to County Line after the store because he helped us out a lot with the experience that we had. Great guy. And actually, I've met him before. We got there early as shit. It was like 4:30. It was like 4:40 when we got this spot. And I heard his voice. He's got this really deep, like a very methodical, kind of like a meat eater style voice. And I looked up and I had his bright green light. I'm like, I know you. He's like, what? I'm like, I recognize your voice. Like, we ate dinner one time. He's like, who are you? And I took my light off and I'm like, yeah, we ate over at Fuji one night. And he's like, yeah, I remember you. He's like, don't remember your name. I'm like, I don't remember your name either. But yeah, we'd sit down one night. We had the kids with us and him and his wife were there and we just BS'd accidentally over Fuji's.
Around the hibachi?
Hibachi. And I remember him being a taxidermy. Trevor had actually met him too because Trevor walked up. He's like, I know you too. He's like, hey, are you the taxidermy guy? His cousin that he didn't get to take turkey hunting is kind of all. We all say it comes full circle. This is coming full circle. His cousin that he did get to take turkey hunting had shot the biggest buck in Williamsville, total of like 56 inches, not 156, 56. So this County Line taxidermy was doing a prize of mounting his deer. It all comes circle. We met up. We know everybody. Cool. You know, we just met Daryl before that in Texas a few weeks before that. So anyway, get to this spot, and he's like, hey, we got a 1.4 mile walk. I'm like, ooh, cool. So I put Oakley on my shoulders. Archer is on Trevor's shoulders. We're swapping off carrying a gun and decoys, and we get set up on some birds. They got it set up on Saturday, and they've done the exact same thing they did Saturday. Didn't come to us. The story of turkey hunting.
Oh yeah.
And as soon as they flew off the roost, I heard them go down a hill, and another hen poked up, and then kaboom! I'm like, dang, that was close. Didn't know anybody was around, And we sat there for a while. We heard a lot of birds that morning, first thing, but they were kind of far off. But a few of them were in between us and the truck. Like, well, let's circle back and see if we can get on those birds. So we made a loop, and this is all like a bunch of fire breaks, and everything else is really brushy where the fire had been. And we were walking some roads, and faintly, Caston heard a gobble. I thought I heard it, but I had Oakley in my ear, so I wasn't real sure. But it was way off. He's like, let's go. He said, I know where that bird's at. I know what they're doing. He said, I've chased these birds for the last 2 years. And we got down there, and we're kind of like, man, I don't know if you're hearing that or not. Like, I can't even hear a bird gobbling. He's like, no, I know where they're at. He said, there's usually 2 of them. Well, sure shit. We get down to where it's at, and it was tried to spark something up. It didn't happen. And then all of a sudden, whatever we did clicked, and it's like, call. I'm like, oh, crap. Like, they're right down the hill. So we get off in front of them, and they kind of, me and Oakley do, and then Archer and Trevor sitting literally 15, 20 feet behind us. And I think Daryl's actually with them or right behind them. And then Caston takes off in the back on an old road to try to call. And because I ain't trying to call. I'm trying to deal with Oakley. I've got to hold the 410 on my shoulder, and she's trying to get around and look through because she's blind in her right eye, and her left hand ain't great. So she's trying to wiggle around, and I'm trying to keep her as still as possible. And Caston's moving back kind of left and right. And these turkeys are hammering. They're coming. And I'm trying to like get the barrel ready. I said, sis, like we have literally like 10 feet of lane we can shoot through around these trees and around these trees. If they don't come up there, we're probably not going to make it happen. And they were literally coming right at us, I thought. And then Caston made a loop right, which he didn't know what was going on. He made a loop right. Well, they end up gobbling right. And I look up and I hear it in the video now, but I didn't hear it at the time. There was clucking behind me. A tom and a hen had led the turkey. A hen that came in behind me, in between me and Trevor, and was like right in front of him. I guess spotted one of us. Looking at the video, the sunlight is all over my right side, expecting them to come up in front of me, not behind me. And they got glare, and then I see a old red head pop up. Oh. And Oakley's looking down the barrel, and I hear her heartbeat starting to thump. And mine is too. And I look over, I'm like, sis, don't move. I said, it can see us. And it kept putting, but it was walking down the road. I'm like, maybe it doesn't know we're here. If it just keeps on walking down that road, it's going to go right down our barrel. Well, before it got there, they flew off. And Oakley's trying to reach up for the gun, and she's following the hen. I'm flipping the safety on. Don't shoot. And they kind of do that. And she's like, what's going on? Oh, they flew away. Well, about 10 seconds later, I heard another wing flap. There was another set of hen and a tom coming up that road that we didn't know was there. Literally 20 yards from us, but it was just low enough we couldn't see the head. And once they poked up and flapped, the hen took off first, and then a tom flew up after that. And I clicked the safety off, says, sis, fire. And she guides it up and fires to say she got to shoot at a turkey. Yeah. But that was a long story short on that. Like the taxidermy guy really helped us. Daryl helped us. And she got to shoot at a turkey, and she was all excited. And
Heck
like,
yeah.
Can we go next week?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so
really
it was fun,
I did have like a cool philosopher moment while we was out there. Because we took off Saturday morning. And it was raining.
Yeah. And it wasn't supposed to. Well, I didn't think it was supposed to be.
Yeah, and we stopped at like I don't know, probably 6 or 8. So the story was she had a softball tournament at noon in Jackson. So I had to be. We all had it planned that we had to be at my parents' house at 9 o'clock so we could leave. So I'm like, we ain't gonna get a whole lot of time. So we're bouncing around, pull off to pull off to pull off. Yeah. I ain't hearing nothing. And I remember I told Kaylee, I said, turkey hunting reminds me a lot of like prayer. Like when you're asking God for something, I said, man, like the answer doesn't always come when you want it to. I said, but it'll come when you least expect it. Well, I said that, not really thinking much of it. At about 7 o'clock, I was like, hey, I said, let's run down to this spot. I said, we'll look for mushrooms and maybe at least we'll find some mushrooms, And we get down there, and I left the gun in the truck, my turkey vest. We weren't even planning on turkey hunting. We get down right to where the mushrooms were, and all of a sudden, bird hammered like 50 yards up. And I'm just like, what'd I tell you? I'm like.
Now, to quick say a prayer that our gun's in our hands.
No kidding. Yeah. But yeah, that is the thing. The cool thing about turkey hunting is that like it never happens exactly how you want it to. There's always something that.
Unless you're in Tennessee, then it happens.
That was the only place in my life.
Everybody should go hunt Tennessee.
It's different.
Yeah.
The spots we were at, the birds do what they're supposed to.
Yeah. Hunter this morning said he hadn't heard a bird yet. When did he get there? He said he had to work some Monday. Did he work Monday? Had a class or something?
Had to go to a safety.
Yeah. So
it's like our spring meeting.
Today's the April 15th. For you guys know, it's payday.
Yep.
I'm not broke until tomorrow.
Heck yeah. Until the house payment comes out.
Oh, mine's on the 1st. That breaks me completely. It's one whole paycheck's gone to house payment.
Yep.
I love that. Yeah. Anyway, Hunter said he hadn't heard a bird this morning. He's in Tennessee, so I don't know if that's completely true.
I guess it depends where you are,
Yeah.
or maybe people have caught on. I think they used to say that about Missouri. They say it in the 90s and 80s.
Oh,
there was
dude.
turkeys everywhere.
Anybody that's nostalgic in the turkey industry and deer too, but like they said, the turkeys, Missouri was our favorite place. Northern Missouri, probably because the ridges here are really hard to hunt turkeys.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice until like this year that you really can't call turkeys downhill. A reason why I failed most of my life, like trying to call turkeys downhill. Yeah, I wonder why it never worked.
I've told Dustin the story. Our farm here in town, it's kind of ruined me on turkey hunting in the sense that like I didn't think it was hard.
No.
Not because I went and killed a bunch of turkeys, but like early season bow hunting, I was 14, 15 years old. I'd get out of off a ridge and I'd look in the field and there'd be mass amount of turkeys. There'd be like a flock of 40,
I used
50.
to have that on my place.
Yeah, that's what I grew up seeing.
Yeah.
And a bow hunt would turn into a turkey hunt pretty quick. And, we killed some turkeys doing that. And
Lost a lot of arrows doing it.
Yeah, lost a lot
of
slung some long shots in the group.
Shot at a blob, and this is terrible to say now, but like looking at a blob of turkeys, and
flinging.
I've only killed one turkey in my life, and I aimed at the one I shot. But sorry,
no, you're good. You're good.
It brings back a lot of memories.
I feel like we all used to do that, I guess. But I've told him I thought at one time turkey hunting was easy.
Yeah,
and then we'd go to Tennessee and it was easy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think turkey hunting's getting better around here. I think the turkey population is kind of coming up a little bit. Yeah. Last year, I heard from numerous people, man, this is the best year I've had in many years.
Didn't hear from me.
Not from me, because
prior?
Mine was self-inflicted. I was trying to collect a bunch of overtime, so like I only hunted on Sundays, and I just didn't get on them. But
no, you don't have time. Turkey hunting's one of them deals you have to have time, or a lot of luck. Or a lot of money in the property.
I think
food plots and a bag of corn.
It's the culmination of everything.
Yeah, but especially the corn.
I will say this, going from what you're saying, I do, run trail cameras, and I've seen a bunch of turkeys the last couple of years.
Yeah,
I've seen a bunch.
They're getting thicker. I got a lot of young ones.
Do you?
Yeah, a lot of young ones, and they didn't fire up Saturday. But when I did last see them, they were on the neighbor's property, but they had cows in there this time. Well, maybe it'll keep them from coming out here like the big flock, but. And they're dispersing. They're in their pecking orders and whatnot. So, and if they're really young, they're probably not gobbling anyway. Because whenever I seen them all fall, I saw like 3 or 4 longbeards out of 100 turkeys. Literally, I counted like 109 turkeys in one field.
Jeez.
And like 3 gobblers, and the rest of them poults or hens. So I mean, we have some coming up, which is exciting. I do enjoy turkey season whenever it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
But man, going out there and walking and not hearing a bird, I'd rather kick rocks and flip flops, and I'm wearing flip flops. So that's it's just not fun whenever you do it like that. And then like especially hearing and seeing what it was like whenever I was younger and even before my time. Like, man, you can go out and you could chase after 15 birds, and if you messed them up, no big deal. Just go out and kill them. And that created a lot of really, really passionate turkey hunters.
Right.
And then like if you got into it, whenever those guys are so passionate as a kid, I mean, it would have trickled down. It would have bled into you. Mm-hmm. I didn't have that. I sucked bad enough as a kid that I'm like, that's cool. I can always hear turkeys. Always did.
Right.
Never could get on them, but I enjoyed the chase. Then it got to where you just slowly but surely you're not hearing them. Couldn't get on them. Not hearing them. I'm like, well, I'm getting better at calling. Why can't I get better at killing? They were going downhill and I was going uphill.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at now.
Yeah, because I remember being a kid going out Pinecone Road, and I mean, every pull-off spot, I was a kid that didn't know nothing, but I had a turkey call, and I'd stop every pull-off spot and just, and then right down there, I'd drive 200 yards down the thing. There was one, seemed like every pull-off.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's like you can go 10 pull-offs and then finally hear one.
Yeah. But when you do hear one, it's kind of...
It still is exciting. Yeah, it brings back that childhood.
Yeah. And it catches you, unexpected because you just had 3 or 4 pull-offs. You didn't hear nothing, and okay, we'll try this one. You wait a little bit. And...
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, turkey hunting's a lot I don't know how to... it's a very emotional roller coaster. Like you can go from a low to a high, like just like that.
Yeah, it usually does happen whenever you're like, dang, you call, it sounds good, and then all of a sudden you're walking through the woods, and for no reason it just
They hear
sounds
the leaves
off.
crunching.
Yeah. Or there's nothing, or you've been calling, and that turkey showed up an hour ago, and it meets you halfway, doesn't say a word. You're like, you dirty rascal.
I'll tell you, I'm not a turkey hunter by any means, but a couple of years ago, I went a few times by myself. Like I said, most of the time when it comes to turkey hunting, I think it's like most people's duck hunting where they enjoy going with buddies and stuff. That's what I enjoy, is going with friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was a couple of years ago. You remember this year, I'm sure. It was a day, it was rainy, and I was like, I'm just going to go out and I'm going to sit somewhere. I'm going to put a decoy in this little food plot, and I'm just going to call about every 30 minutes, hour, just do a little calling. And I remember this big tom, and I'm sitting at the bottom of this power line, and called nothing. Kind of just sat there and had one hen decoy out probably 20 yards in front of me. I mean, I knew I was just going to sit there. I had my gun on a tripod. I was just my
you weren't trying to.
I'm not moving. I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah.
And I'd say within 45 minutes, I remember looking up on top of the pipeline and he's just moving back and forth slowly, coming down the hill a little bit, and he'd fan out. Never made a sound.
That's
and
cool.
Worked his way all the way.
You could tell he's drumming or not, or
at this point he was too far
away.
Too far. He got within I could say 30 minutes. It could have been an hour. It could have been 5 minutes at that point. I don't really know. But he got all the way down about 20, 30 yards away. And he, like I said, back and forth from blowing up, coming down, and a coyote came out of the woods.
Oh,
and the coyote came out of the woods behind me after my decoy.
Yeah.
And I at that point, I'm aggravated. The turkey, I didn't really have a good eyesight on this turkey at the time, but I figured he went into the woods. And so I swung, tried to shoot the coyote, and I sat back down thinking maybe he'd come back for a few minutes. And I was like, this hunt's ruined.
Yeah.
I get up, I grab the decoy, I make it just probably 15 yards up the power line. I look left, and that turkey's coming out of the woods. And
I guess they live with them. I mean,
yeah, I
guess they live with them.
But
that's aggravating. I've shot 2 coyotes before I shot one with a thermal, and that's during turkey season.
Yeah.
One of them I was calling, and I had some turkeys in the field, and a coyote came out after the turkey. They flew off. I'm like, why'd they fly? And then here comes the coyote. I shot it, and I was in high school. I was so excited. Dropped his turkey. I told Grandpa, I'm like, I shot one of the varmints. He's like, man, that's awesome. Kill all the coyotes you can see. I'm like, first one I've ever seen while I'm hunting, but yeah. And then I shot one attacking my decoy years ago. I got Tacticam footage of it somewhere. That's what that 410 that about killed me I was talking about last podcast.
I want to hear that story. We don't have to say it again on this, but
yeah, I'll tell you about
it. Okay. Well, I'll tell you one more thing on the turkeys, and we got to switch subjects because I'm not knowledgeable on turkeys.
I know.
But what you were saying is, I know multiple. My dad calling in a turkey. I think he killed a turkey this day. Had a bobcat come in. My uncles called him, but like people,
I've always heard about bobcats.
That might be the best game call. It's just a turkey call.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, like you hear about it quite a bit.
Right.
I've heard of people talk about like when they're deer hunting, walking to their stand or whatever. They'll have a turkey call in their mouth and, yelp a little bit while they're walking.
You know what would be scary there? And I'm going to go on another story. In Illinois, I probably told you this one. In Illinois, I guess it had been 2 years ago, bow hunting a farm, and I'm walking through the woods before daylight. And I'm walking down this point. I'm going to drop off this hill just a little bit, and I had a deer just come almost run me over. And I was like, that was cool. Next thing I know, I hear something else come blasting through the bushes, and it was a coyote. And I mean, it got from me to you, Scott, on it to the point like it made me jump, get my bow, and like it was. I think it thought I was the deer that it was chasing.
Yeah,
and it came like towards me.
You probably had that deer in a headlight look.
Yeah, no, it freaked me the heck out.
Oh, me too. Yeah,
a few seconds before that, had a deer just run right by me, and then had that coyote come right at me.
I wouldn't like that.
And that was one of them big Illinois coyotes.
Yeah, at the time. Yeah,
were they a bratwurst coyote?
Yeah, they're brought.
They look like wolves, don't they? Especially when they're coming at you.
I was with Justin, my buddy Justin. I sent him the message as soon as I got into the deer stand because my heart's just pounding. I think the coyote thought I was the deer.
Text message said, just shit in pants.
I think it probably shit in pants. As soon as it realized what I was, we both like.
Yeah, he probably took his hell and squealing, trying to get away from you.
Yeah, I texted Justin.
Got here, wild coyote.
There was another guy hunting the farm that we had met, hunting the farm basically over the field from where we were hunting. That was out that morning, and I think he killed that coyote like an hour later, chasing a deer.
Was he wearing Vica camouflage?
was Vika.
Oh shoot! I should know.
Nice plug.
Hey,
nice
I tried to plug it in.
He's plugging. He's letting me know because I don't know.
If you're out killing coyotes while you're turkey hunting, or you're out shitting in the woods while you're deer hunting, you need to wear Vika camouflage while you're doing it.
Then they won't see you.
Won't see you.
Oh,
Not even know you're there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good plug.
That's a good
I
plug.
didn't know. Now
I want to work on plugging them in because I always wait till the very last to be like, oh, by the way, I'm like, well, that sounds like it's rewritten.
That wasn't.
Believe it or
scripted
not,
at all.
it doesn't have anything on my notes about rewritten Vika, but yeah, Vika camouflage over your whitetail greens food plots. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, poop in the food plots.
Pooping in the woods while you're over by your
yeah.
you're wearing your Vika. You ever you're in a stand, you got to poop real bad. You're overlooking that whitetail greens food plot. Luckily, you're in your Vika camouflage, and them turkeys and them squirrels and them raccoons and them coyotes, they don't even know you're there.
Okay.
No. Deer don't either. No.
Okay. I might have to give me some of that.
You might want to try.
I think I might try me some of that.
VikaGear.com.
Okay.
No, I want to tell a crazy story about a varmint, not a coyote, but this year. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast, but this is about.
Because I have a week back.
No, this is about.
That was last week's
a week back. Oh,
chiropractor.
But this last deer season, I went up to my buddy's cabin, and when I got up there, he's like, "Man, you're not gonna believe what just happened." I said, "What?" He said that he shot a doe. Well, he went to go track it. He said when they got about 50 yards from it, they was looking. He said they seen something black standing over the top of it.
Ooh.
And he said all of a sudden, like that, it found out it was a black bear.
Oh, no kidding.
And that black bear grabbed the deer because the deer was still alive and it was flailing
Dang.
around.
Whoa.
That black bear grabbed the deer by the spine, picked it up, and shook it like a rag doll. They said it looked like a dog with a chew toy.
Whoa.
And
You
then
hadn't said that one before.
and then it said they both looked at each other and they're like, I guess he can have, he or she can have it.
Definitely.
And anyways, the bear drug the deer up the ridge like 20 yards, they said, and then it said it seen them, and then it dropped it and took off running. And they're like, well, let's go. And, he's like, you're not going to believe me, but sure enough, when they skin it, I looked at his backbone. You could see fang marks in there. I was like, daggum.
They're probably wearing Vikas. Reason that bear didn't go after them.
Good point.
That's wild.
That is, yeah.
That's wild.
I've never seen a black bear in my life. I've been around a lot.
I've seen one.
Me and Trevor had that one come up literally almost in our tent, I think 3 years ago.
Where were y'all?
Lowndes.
Okay.
Trevor, we had pictures of it. Trevor was on the boat. He's like, hey, dude, check we were sharing a spy point, I think, at the time. And he's like, check the camera. And there's a bear walking away from the camera right by his house. I'm like, oh, my God.
So the camera.
So the camera did. And then we went camping weeks later, 5.3 miles away. And this gives me chills in my spine. Comes down to turkeys. We were bow hunting. We had some turkeys come up a fence row. And we've been hunting in the rain and in the really, really cold. Didn't realize we were trying to draw back on the turkeys. I was filming him. I didn't have my release on me, but my bow was in the stand. I'm like, I've shot his release before. Even though he's a lefty, you just kind of finger fludge it, and I can get it to shoot. Make it work. And he's trying to draw on these turkeys, and he's trying to shoot. He's like, my release won't go off. And they kind of booger, and he hands me the release. I couldn't get to go off, so we go back that night after our releases were messing up to shoot way after dark. Well, we got his truck lit. I'm driving I'm gonna get some sizes for a minute. We had like a 14-person tent, big fold-out tent. But beside it, I was driving a Nissan Frontier, and he's driving a white Tacoma, 2 little rigs. We had our lights shining down the road, and we were shooting bows. Well, after dark, we're playing music, we're drinking a beer, we're having deer camp. We're not hunting there, like we're just hooping and hollering. I think it's a week before rifle season, and Trevor's girlfriend at times she's like, hey, do you guys have your pistols with you? You guys aren't far from that bear. We're like, man, that bear ain't nowhere around here. Nothing to worry about, but we have our pistols. It's like, well, are you sleeping with it? I'm like, no. Like, it's in the truck. We're in a tent. So it was like 11:30 that night. We close up camp, and we're being loud. And Trevor grabs his pistol. He's got a 22 mag pistol in his truck. And we lay down, and immediately I started hearing footsteps coming from where we were shooting bows. I'm like, dang. I said, Trevor, you hear that? He's like, yeah. Like, that deer didn't waste no time coming up to us. And he's like, no, it's kind of getting close, isn't it? And it's just stepping closer and closer and closer. And eventually I hear it around the truck, like in front of the tent. I'm like, why is this thing getting so nervous? Like, must be a little bitty, like a yearling or something. And I'm like, dude, like, this thing's real close. He's like, yeah, what if it's that bear? I'm like, well, I probably said some stupid remark.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna shine a light to see what it is, So I raise up. He's like, well, grab my pistol in case it is a bear. I said, you'll know if it's a bear. I turn on my light, and we've been drinking. It was late o'clock at night. It was late in the night. You know, I'm stumbling around trying to get the zipper open. And I open the zipper, and I kind of like fall out of the tent. And I raise up, and I look to my left. I see it, but I don't know what it is. I turn to my left, and then I'm like, as a cartoon looks, like you turn to your right, and I look back, and there's this big black bear walking around my truck. So yeah, I said it earlier. It's a Tacoma, and then my Nissan, right past the tent, like literally little trucks, walks around my Nissan and looks at me. And I'm like, I fall back in the tent. So Trevor, give me the fucking gun. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, there's a bear outside of our tent. He's like, no way. He said he raised up.
No way.
He's like, he saw the white of my eyes and the white of my skin. He just grabbed a gun and threw it to me. He barreled off behind me and
yeah, I got your back, man.
yeah, he was behind me. And golly, man, this story seems so unbelievable, but this was this huge black bear right in our faces. Like I'm on the ground at one point, grab the gun, and I stand up, and I'm like holding the gun, shaking like crazy. I'm like, what do I do? This bear's like just looking at us, and we're being noisy again. It ain't running off. And he's like, I don't know, fire some guns or fire some shots and see if it'll leave. Well, he fired some shots around at it, and after like 5 shots, it finally took off running. Oh, and we got done. We're like, what just happened? He's like, that was that bear that was on camera, because the one on the camera was huge.
Big
I mean,
boar, like
a bit. No, it was a big sow.
Okay.
I think because later on we had some people that found out about that, and they're like, hey, we had pictures of it too, right down the road, and it had 2 cubs with it.
Okay. That's the scariest bear.
That's one reason we were scared, because like why is it not leaving? Why did it come up as we just got done? Right. And I was running a GoPro for like 45 minutes. I went back and watched all the footage. So I'm like, this thing had to have been at our target as we were like packing up.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
See,
makes me nervous.
So now if it happens again, you know, the best thing to do is just look calmly at it in its eyes and just say, hey, bear. And that bear will turn around and walk off. Yeah. That's what they say to do, ain't it?
Yeah. Easily said and done. My mom got me some bear spray for Christmas after that. Never had to use it, but
yeah, that's crazy.
That was really, really close, and that's my one bear story.
And you weren't wearing Sitka.
No, I was wearing Viking. No, I wasn't wearing Viking. I just I ain't gay. No, I took it off to go to sleep. So the next year, that was right before rifle season. The next spring, Trevor was out turkey hunting. Full story. And he was walking down the gravel road, the same road. It dead ends to this big circle drive, and there's a bunch of deer camps. Like after we shot around that bear, some people pulled in for deer camp to set up for the next weekend, and we told them the story, and they're like, okay. We're like, they don't believe us.
Right.
I'll sidetrack. The next day, we came back from hunting, and we pulled in, and they're like, dude, you're never going to guess what? He's like, what? He's like, there's bear shit right outside of our camper. I'm like, did you think we weren't telling the truth? They're like, honestly, no, but we believe you now. And we saw tracks and followed the trail. I didn't go too deep in there because it was really thick timber, and I don't want to go where a bear's going. But go to the next spring, and Trevor was walking down the road calling for turkeys, and he ran into somebody, and they just got to talking. He's like, do you hunt around here a lot? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, we've hunted here a lot too. He said, kind of a funny story. He said, we got some friends from around St. Louis, and they like to hunt here. They came here last year, and they said they ran into 2 guys that had a bear in their camp. He's like, that was us.
Right.
He's like, well, let me show you something. You tell me what this is. He said, we left our camper here during that spring season, and he's like, there's a bunch of scratch marks coming down my door of my camper. And he showed Trevor the pictures, and he said, it's plain as day, scratch marks on the top of his door, like they're trying to get in the door of the camper. He's like, so I bet you guys aren't lying, are you? We're like, no, man, like this story is true. Like it's crazy. And for it to stick around, I don't understand, which I guess maybe if they're not always from here, maybe they have a smaller range. I don't know.
I don't either.
Because if it is the same bear, it's been there. It was there the summer before we saw it, that fall, and then that spring. I haven't heard about it since.
Well, you got to think. I mean, just like any animal, if it's got everything it needs there, why leave?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's a really, really dense, huge national forest. It ain't really bothered by many people.
Right.
It's been logged within a few years, so it's just thick.
I've got a story like that it's like almost to the point I hate to tell it because it's like one of those stories people don't believe.
Yeah, I feel like nobody believes me when I tell that story.
my mountain lion story.
Yeah.
I've got a crazy mountain lion experience.
Can I get one of those?
Absolutely. You ever do that? So I do that in deer stand. It's only suitable
Give them
here.
the one you just put in there.
Yeah. So you put your old ones behind there. I don't know if that's what that's
So
meant
I
for.
usually do Rogue. And then I just got one that's like a Zone or something I got from Williamsville the other day. It's a lime jalapeno.
What?
And it's really good.
Really?
Now, I thought I had it with me, but I guess probably upstairs on the counter. But yeah, it's got just the top pops off of it, and you can put them in the top.
Okay.
But somebody was showing me on them where you had a different compartment.
Well, it's handy.
Yeah.
Well, since we're telling unbelievable stories,
All
I got
right,
to tell
yeah.
my mountain lion.
Hey,
Hey,
story.
this is so. I was, when we were going to do the podcast originally, I was going to do what was the series?
Tall Tales?
Tall Tales. So this is Tall Tale Chronicles,
Yeah.
brought to you by Journey Unknown Podcast and Wreck Attack Outdoors. Don't forget to wear your biker.
Yep. Always.
In
Yeah.
your what food plot?
Whitetail greens.
Whitetail greens.
Yeah, and behind the food plot, whenever you're trying to get them in a central location, you got to throw out that antler edge and biorack, your mineral and protein. If they allow you to do it in your state and your county,
Okay.
that's another one.
Do you and then at the end you drink a whiskey?
Yeah.
And subscribe to Rack Attack
Yeah.
Outdoors.
So here's what you do. So my buddies, they don't know that they're my buddies. I met them one time. Working class bow hunter. They have their own whiskey called Kill Bottle Whiskey.
Okay.
So you sit around a campfire, you smoke you a stogie, a little sip of bourbon, and thanks to South Texas Bucks and Bows, I'm plugging all the way in.
There you go.
I literally got these in last night. They're Cold Stones for your drinks.
Okay.
They're
Cold
just not-
stone.
they're
Are they
just
like
not
kidney
cold.
stones?
I think they're better for
Better?
you. Yeah. But we got South Texas Bucks and Bows, Extreme Hunting 365, which is Ronnie. I always say Coleman, Ronnie Kaufman. I always say Ronnie Coleman. They're kind of different people.
Lightweight, baby.
He's the one. Him and Brad Muse. They own the hunting ground and the antler edge and biorack. So that's where I get my mineral stuff
And
from.
what was that other one that I was trying to come up with?
What did you say? LEK.
LEK.
Let's
Let's
eat
eat.
kids. Is that not what you said?
Well, we could say it. Let's eat kids.
Let's eat kids.
If whoever has that knows what
Yeah.
we're talking about, it says LEK. What does that mean?
Yeah, what's LEK? So yeah, we got Extreme Hunting 365, Antler Edge, scent balls. Scent balls, it's like an orbital thing. Pretty cool, actually. You can do like flavorful scents for, I don't know what you call it, baiting, I guess, when it's allowed. But then you also have like
Smells like
your
corn.
urine. They do have corn, acorn. They got like a lavender. You can put it underneath your pillow and sleep better at night.
Man.
It's kind of neat. I'll show you guys when we get on the podcast what they have on their website. It's kind of neat stuff. But thanks, South Texas Bucks and Bows. You guys sent that to me. He sent me a message last week. I was like, hey, what's your address? I didn't know what he was sending, and I got this in last night. So
That's sweet.
I'll
That
take a picture and send to him. But he knows I like my bourbon. He likes his bourbon. So
That's awesome.
Jeff down there, thanks, man. I appreciate you. I'm done plugging him in.
Mountain lion story.
Mountain Lion story. How do you know it's Mountain Lion?
Oh no, it
Fortune teller. We had a genie over here.
Wait, what are you talking about?
You didn't mention Mountain Lion.
I did.
Yeah.
Maybe I did.
Oh,
I think I did.
I was probably jabbering about.
I've said this story.
I was
so many
talking
times.
about food plots, wearing Vika gear, putting
Yeah.
out protein and mineral by Antler Edge. I was just plugging away.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to work on that.
Well, I can tell you.
I think I
crazy,
overdone it though.
crazy mountain lion story.
Tell me a
Crazy.
story.
And you'll hear this
Tall
from
Tale
me
Chronicles.
a million different times.
Yeah. I've
is
got
it
one story too.
A mountain lion story.
Black Panther.
Ooh.
I saw at a real Black Panther party. No,
Oh,
seriously though, I do have one after you get done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know how old I was. 16, 15, 17, 18. I have no idea. Time.
It's your story. You tell it how you
I have
want.
no idea how old I was. Got to the farm. He knows every spot I'm talking about. You've been there.
Yeah,
too.
I've been there. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Awesome
Okay.
farm, brother, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you
That
ever
was a
want to
fun
get,
time.
if you ever want to get filmed or something while you're down there,
or
if you
if you want to get into filming, or you are into filming,
kind of,
if you just want to go shoot something, let's go. I'll film you.
That's cool.
But anyways, so I pulled the spot, same spot I always pull if I'm hunting this bottom part or one area of the farm.
So where we parked at?
Probably
Probably in the same.
It's like where the old concrete pad is.
Yes.
Okay, exact same spot.
Yep.
To where we like walked across a little creek and went around and then
We went to the left.
We went to the left.
by the cornfield.
Okay, so if you
Well,
go,
it was corn at the time. You had beans in one spot
Mm-hmm.
and corn.
so if you go right there instead of going left, you go up this little knoll.
That's where Logan went.
Probably.
I think he went to the right.
And there's an old barn on the hillside.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I remember the barn. Yep.
Perfect. So it was before daylight, walking down, and I like to say this part of the story at the end, but I'll say it now. And I remember hearing something on the metal roof, and it was dark, and my mind,
I'm getting chills.
yeah, no, in my mind, I'm like, it's raccoons, it's whatever.
Dang, man.
Keep walking, no big deal. I cut up to the hill. I get up probably 20, no, probably 60 yards up into the woods.
Yeah.
Get up in a tree. I'm sitting there. That morning, I had several deer come blowing, but they're blowing and running right at me and like running underneath me. And then another group of deer, something down in the field is spooking them.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm the only person out there at this point. Forgot about the stuff I heard on the metal roof that morning. I'm like, there's somebody out there. There's something out there that's
because you've had people come in your property.
Yeah, I've dealt with that a lot, and I was like,
understand that too.
I'm going to find out what's going on. So I get out of the tree. At this point, I think my hunt's ruined because all the deer I was hunting.
What time is this again?
This is early morning. So at this point, this is, I don't know times and all that stuff, but it was like
past daylight.
If it got daylight at 6, this is 6:45. This is shortly after daylight.
Yeah.
All the deer
Good time.
Expected to come already came by me, scared of something down there. So I get out of the tree thinking I'm going to bust somebody poaching something.
Right.
I get to the other woods, and right by the old barn, there's a little knoll right there. And I see something brown, but it's far enough. And I'm like, oh, maybe it was a buck chasing these deer around, pushing.
Right.
And like I get an arrow off. I put my arrow on my bow, and I'm slipping up to the edge. And I kind of played it. I'm coming up the side to get closer to it. And right at the point, I realized what it was. It was a mountain lion. It was a freaking monster mountain lion.
Man.
It's probably 80 yards, and to talk about it now, it was pretty because I remember the sun hitting it. Like the thing I remember the most was its tail just like coming down, but it sat there. The moment I realized what it was, how it heard me, seen me, it turned, looked right at me. Few seconds, it took off up over the hill. Giant mountain lion.
Wow.
At the time, I was freaking out, calling people. I think I called the game warden at the time.
We don't have mountain lions here.
No, actually, I think he told me that there was another sighting just upriver from our
Really?
farm. So at least I had that backing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but at that time frame when people were seeing them, like, there's no mountain lions here.
Yeah, that was that same
time frame. And people's like, well, I have pictures of them. This is long before game cameras were really like big.
Oh, dude, I walked up on them. I mean,
really? Damn.
And I've seen.
How far was he?
I'd say 80 yards.
Really?
And I've seen one other mountain lion since then, and it was a lot smaller than this one. This one was just. I remember same.
Yeah.
The same thing I talk about the bucks or like even a mature dog when something gets mature. I remember their belly starts hanging exactly in the tail, just the size of it.
Yeah.
Freaked me out. And then later, like 2 weeks later, some other people seeing it, like so it became a common, like people knew that big hat was around.
Yeah, I bet you didn't walk out without your headlamp anymore, did you?
It changed things, but
because you don't like wearing lights or nothing.
I will, yeah.
Will you? I thought maybe you say didn't like wearing a light in. I
think I used to not like it, but I've gotten to the point.
I don't think it really.
I'll tell you, a white light, and you're walking across the field and you see deer. If you just keep that, keep that light. I don't even know if that's legal. Might not be.
I would say it's probably fine what you're doing, but you're not allowed to, because used to you could, what they call it, I guess, shine in fields. You're allowed to, even on private property, you could drive through and like shine fields. I think now it's called harassment, but on your own property or wherever you're going.
Well, if it's on your head, like you're looking.
Yeah. It's not like you're different applications.
Well, this is a tactic, I guess. This would be good for other people. Like if you get to a field and you can see deer out there, as long as the wind is good. I've had it happen several times where I'll just keep that light on those deer.
They won't move.
And I walk past them and they never bump.
Yep. I agree. Even I wear a lot of times I do a red or green light.
Yeah.
And you're a lot closer at that point, but if I can tell something is there, I'll put my white light on.
Yeah.
And I'll do that same thing. And they won't. If they do run, they're not blowing at you unless they're downwind of you.
Yeah. I remember.
So yeah, I think wearing a light is honestly better because then you're not breaking everything in the woods. I mean, so here's another thing I want to ask you about. So many times sneaking through the woods seems kind of predatorial, like predator, spooks them. Do you think that walking in kind of like abruptly, like you said earlier, clucking like a hen, or sometimes I've heard people even talk about talking. Like if you listen to like Cody DeQuisto from Lone Wolf, he goes in and will doesn't care about blowing deer out of their beds. He's like, they're gonna come back. He said you can get away with it 1, 2, or 3 times, and he'll go and sit on their beds. And he's the kind of guy that hunts like 2 foot off the ground.
Yeah,
with a longbow a lot of times, and kills absolute megas, like triple bratwurst bucks.
Right. Triple brat.
But he's like, man, like they're gonna come back. If they don't have your wind.
That's the thing.
Sometimes I'm like going in quietly. If I'm spooking them and they think it's a threat, then maybe they're not coming back. But if I'm just walking through, especially in an area that people are in, maybe it's not so bad.
I would say that it depends on the deer. If he's been bumped several, if it's like a public ground deer that's been bumped several times, they know what direction humans are coming from.
Yeah.
We've talked about this probably on the last podcast. I think a big deal is just coming in after daylight. I mean, that's your best bet.
It really is. Yeah, that's what sucks. Like, because you get that like first hour to where it could be good, then it's like that lull time for a little bit. So sometimes going in mid-morning isn't, especially during the rut.
Yeah.
I mean, man, there's so many big bucks so often big bucks will cruise that time frame. You may only see one or two deer, but it's probably the one that you're after.
Right.
But I'm speaking, and I don't do that. I'm the one getting down at 11 and coming back at 1:30, 2 o'clock when that time frame. Just because my cameras aren't going off doesn't mean they're not going downwind of that scrape I got a camera set up on and checking what's been coming in and out. Yeah. It's something I really, really want. I need to start doing either all day sits, or if it's an area that's pressured, I'm like, man, I don't want to bust them out. Going in later and just sitting from like 9 till dark.
I'll tell you actually what I've done the last few years. Probably most of my spots. It's different. Some spots like the Killing Tree, places that I've been a billion times, I can walk blindfolded in the dark, when you get there.
Yeah, we all have those spots. Yeah.
And then those spots, I'm just sneaking in before daylight. Now, like even some of the spots I could do that at, I'll tell you what I do a lot of times is like time it to where, okay, if it's a 30, 45 minute walk or even an hour walk, the first 45 minutes are in dark and it's heavy stepping. It's just not
keep
heavy.
Your head down.
I'm going. I'm just moving.
That's kind of where I've gotten to is like, if I used to just stop every 5 feet and listen.
No,
man,
just go.
If you're trying to get to your spot,
just go.
If you're already bumping him, you're already bumping.
Once you get within like a couple 100 yards, 100 yards of your spot,
I agree.
Start slowing down.
I agree.
And ease in. Think
Especially
about
if it's a little bit light, you can kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, watch what you're brushing. Yeah. Just like then sneak in.
Now, will you do that for a set that isn't set up yet? Like for me, it takes me 30 minutes to get completely set up with camera gear.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of sucks. How many times I've had coming in late in the morning and deer come up as I'm trying to hook on my camera and my bow's on the ground.
It happens. I mean, if it happens, it's going to catch you. Don't start rushing. I've had that happen a bunch where your bow's halfway up. Actually, a monster buck I was hunting by the house a couple years ago. I had to sit there for like 10 minutes with my bow just right here, and
that thing gets heavy.
Yeah, it does, and then shaking and just. Yeah. But like, it happened to me in Illinois. I think I talked about this last time. I mean, I'll go into the area I am, and then wait till daylight before I kind of pick out my tree and all that stuff, and then.
Yeah, it looks so much different.
Yeah,
daylight to dark.
You pick out the better trees.
It's literally night and day.
Everything's so much better if you do that. And I was halfway up, and that sucks. The sticks I'm on, similar to all these sticks, even with rubber boots, and you have to sit on there for 30, 45 minutes.
It's not good.
It sucks.
Yes.
It sucks.
Yeah. Heels of your what's called the balls of your feet or whatever just start cramping up. Mine do.
Yeah.
My legs start cramping up.
But I remember that this last year hunting a creek bottom in Illinois, and waited till daylight, got in there, and I was halfway up the tree. I was 2 sticks up, and mine don't even have. They only have the one. Yeah, they're the singles.
Offset. Is that the old? Is he lone wolf?
They're
three steps, but they're offset.
Yeah, stagger steps. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and I had this giant group of does come in, and they're feeding all around me, and here I am, just 2 sticks up on this. At least I had my lineman's belt on me, and I'm just like, my bow's on the ground, my backpack's on the ground, and just sit there and wait. And if they butt, it's like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's a mindset I've tried to get myself. If I can't get the shot, well, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
it happens.
It happens quite a bit. So yeah, we're talking about deer too. We're looking at Iowa this year.
Yep.
So all of us should have enough points acquired to be drawn. I'm holding 6. You guys were already holding 7.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our application period May to June. And we've been discussing before in podcasts like what kind of zone we're going after. We're not sure. We're wanting to do some scouting, maybe figure out the best possibility for public land that isn't going to be completely accessed by everybody else. Shows that they got like 6,000 tags being allocated. We need to figure out, we're looking at zone 5 or 6, which ones are more prevalent.
While you're talking, I pulled this up so we could look at this. Yeah. I don't know if you look at this, if you've seen it. They tell you, last year, it tells you the draw statistics.
Yes, I've seen that. I haven't paid attention, but I've seen that. I
haven't looked either.
And I know, putting in 5 or 6, you're a lot less odds, but that's the best ones.
Right. So, yeah, we'll look at this later, but, yeah, that's something to take in part. But you would think that with 7 points and 6 points, we should be able to go.
Yeah.
I
Because
don't,
with 5, well, last year I had a buddy draw with 5, but most of them had 6.
yeah.
So
I think chances are good for it.
yeah,
And I think just trying to narrow which section that we want. That's going to be the.
yeah, 'cause it's coming up literally in like 2 weeks.
But I think what we talked about before about just doing a fly by the seat of our pants trip up there for a weekend
Yeah.
and just driving. Because, I mean, I'm a lot better, and I know you guys are too, about just, when you put your eyes on something and maybe even step foot in a little area and just kind of look around.
Yeah. Seeing some previous
A lot easier
sign.
to make a decision than just looking at a map.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about that the other day. Besides that first big northern Missouri deer I killed, all my other big deer that I've killed, on big trips, it's scouting's involved every time. I've gone up there in the summer at least once. I've laid eyes on stuff. I've walked through stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got an idea.
Because if not, it's by the time you get done hunting, you're starting to figure out some patterns, and by that time, it's like
Right.
you got to pull out, and then
Yeah.
it's not as good.
No, I'd like to. I don't even know about running cameras. I don't care about running cameras.
You're not allowed to.
Okay, good,
Yeah, you
good.
can't.
I don't care.
I think residents can. I'm pretty sure like
On
public land, I don't think you can at all. If you can, I think I've read to where you can put a camera up. It's one of them stupid rules. Like it has to be up during, like before, say after daylight and before dark. It's like, what good's that going to do?
It's like you're hunting with a
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of how like they're like, well, yeah, they'll allow it.
I like
think
that
that's
more.
the rule, if that's even in a case. But pretty much cameras are out of the question. Which
I guarantee you, we're still going to see a bunch of cameras,
dude.
I'm
Just
not
like
saying that I'm
when I
going
went up to
but
Whetstone this year, we talked about no e-bikes, no cameras allowed. Guess what? They were there. We ran
Yeah.
into a lot of cameras and a lot of e-bikers. People just don't care.
Yeah.
But no, we'll be by the book, and if it hinders us,
100% would be
we'll be able to sleep at night saying, "Hey, you may be cussing everybody for doing the illegal stuff, but yeah, cameras aren't allowed."
It won't hinder us. You know why? Let's just go hunt the big sign,
Yep.
hunt the deer.
Just do what you know.
Exactly.
Yep. Go off the land, go off the maps, go off the e-scouting and the boots on the ground.
And I think I will like that better.
And it's not that far to where we can go up weekends after weekends.
Right.
Me and him have 3-day weekends.
Lucky dog.
Yeah. So hopefully on like Fridays
my
probably
job.
the best. Yeah.
I'm quitting.
You want to
I'm
trade?
gonna live up there.
Yeah. Dude. But you got better established residents because if you're not a
Yeah,
resident,
wait a year.
and
Whatever.
then if you have more than 80 acres, you can apply for different sets of tags. It said, so we got to be really rich and buy some acreage. And wouldn't that be cool?
Can we buy a helicopter?
I have one.
Do you?
No,
That'd be cool.
no. But I would love to have a helicopter, dude.
Yeah, we'd go up to northern Missouri. Probably about 2 hours.
Yeah, probably,
If-
maybe if that.
Land-
It's
Yeah,
only
in the
it's only
fields.
5-hour drive, so probably an hour.
Right.
I don't know.
But here's going back to the no camera things. That will make me not stuck on a spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's
If
something
it excites me, it's going to get something flung. Then in that way, you're not waiting on that old Texas 11 that's whatever coming through, or Big Brow. You're not waiting on him. You're like whatever comes up. That
yeah. And
gets
if I'm
me excited.
mature, but yeah.
And that's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. That's actually exciting
Yeah.
for me. That's a kind of a type of hunting.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I run a crap ton of cameras and enjoy seeing the big bucks, but I'll do that here.
Yeah.
And up there will just be let's go
Yeah,
hunt.
I'm almost hoping. I'm hoping some of the bucks that I've lost sight of or can see. I almost hope they don't show up, so I'm not stuck in Missouri.
I won't, just like I did last year and the years I hunted out of states. This will be for fun. Like I didn't even buy when we went hunting. I bought that tag the day before. That was November.
What?
Like
Illinois or
or for Missouri, I didn't buy the
Really?
Missouri tag.
Well,
this
you
year.
had a good reason for Illinois.
Well, I'm gonna probably do the same thing with Iowa.
Yeah.
I'll have a bunch
Well,
of
they're
cameras
just-
here, and
Well, yeah, there's big deer here, but they're just bigger.
my
there.
mind is on Iowa already. And
Yeah.
I know come season, it's
Well, yeah, I, mean,
I think that's
it's been
like
7 years, 8 years for you guys.
I think that's like every hunter's dream.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those
Yeah.
states. It's not easy to get access
No,
to,
and they manage it correctly.
yeah. And I mean, there's the odds of you seeing a good one.
I've got the big three in my head. It's like I grew up watching that outdoor channel. I say the big three. I guess you could call Missouri where
Missouri
we
is
live a good state.
it's a good
a
state,
great
yeah.
state. But the big three to me is Illinois, Iowa, and Kansas.
Yes, absolutely.
And
okay, Kansas draws now too. Well,
yeah,
not draw, but
I've already
points.
got mine.
I got to put mine in. This will be my second year. Next year I'll
yours.
have 3.
Huh?
Dude,
It's like what 50 to no, maybe it's like
it's like
30.
20 something, $28 or something.
it's cheap.
Yeah, I might be wrong on that.
Maybe
but
I think
cheap.
it's $32 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that
I want
sounds
to say
right.
50. I think it's
Have you done
$32.
yours?
Yeah, I did mine.
I need to do mine. I'll do mine
This your
this
first
week.
year?
My first year, doing it.
When is it closed yet?
No,
April.
it's all through like May.
Okay.
Oh, I say no, it's not.
It's just April, isn't
It's
it?
the very end of turkey season. Around that time frame it
Okay.
ends. So
Wait.
yeah, do it
I need to.
soon.
Oh, yeah.
How many points?
Usually, I'll have 2 this year.
How many does it take? I've heard
usually
2.
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
you'll be like opposite of what we are with Iowa. You'll be 1 point ahead.
Yeah,
of
but
us.
that way I have Kansas next year.
when you say two, so my 1, would I be draw next year, you think, or would it be the next year?
Well, we're probably not going to put in for a draw this year. I don't say.
No, I'm not putting in for Kansas.
So next year we'll have 3. I mean, we should be guaranteed, pretty much,
For Kansas?
for Kansas.
You have 3. I'll only have.
I'll have 3 next year. I'll have 2 this year.
So you put in. So you have like.
I put 1 point in last year, and this year will be my second time putting in.
Okay.
I made that confusing, didn't I?
Maybe it's me. It probably is me. But here's my question. I guess it depends on. I don't know how Kansas works that well, but it probably
I'm
depends
not
on
sure
zones.
I don't know.
Or isn't it like you choose a county and you can only
I think
hunt?
I think it's like parcels, or there's not. I want to say it's split up in kind of like Iowa. I think because like whenever we went turkey hunting, we had to pick which zone we were going to hunt, and then with that, I think we could go anywhere.
I think
It's a pretty big area,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
But aren't you allowed that neighbor too? You're allowed one.
I can't speak on that. I don't know.
Okay. That'd be something.
I haven't looked into it. Just
So
like you
we're
said,
in
Iowa's
Iowa.
been on my mind.
That's-
Do I have it pinpointed? No, I just know that I have a pretty good chance to go in Iowa.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not too excited too because last year I thought I was going as well.
You're going.
Yeah,
We're gonna
we're going.
make
Claim
it.
it.
Happen.
Claimed.
Yeah.
on the podcast.
We're
Yeah.
going. We're all going. It's gonna be a heck of a time. We're gonna kill some big boys.
We're going to eat brats and kill brats.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's like we was talking about beforehand. Like what's our goal? Like I haven't killed a 130-inch deer yet.
Yeah.
So I mean, my goal is to go up there and just shoot a good buck and
Yeah.
have it smell like Iowa.
Well, they say there's not 150s around every tree, but probably a lot of 130s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, if a good one, I mean, if you get above an 8-point and a 130, it's a big deer.
That's a big deal.
It's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
So like I'm not going to say that if a pretty 8-point comes out in front of me, I'm not going to be thrilled.
Bro, if he comes in like a brat and a 5-year-old,
Yeah.
he's getting shot. I said
Yeah.
my one exception. I'll say it on the podcast too. And here we are, just like daydreaming.
I know.
But my one exception is a lot of times this happens when a deer gets injured the year before, when you have like a full side and like a weird like 1
Yeah,
point or like
yeah.
little side. Won't shoot one of those, and it's almost me. I want to say selfishly, not unselfishly. It's for the next person because I don't want to mess up that next person. No, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's both.
I don't know if I'd really care because like if I could tell it's an old deer, I think
if it's a super
I think it's
old
cool.
deer.
But I don't know. I'm also going up there for a good deer.
Yeah.
So, I
you're
mean-
waiting 7 years for this.
Yeah, like we're saying, like I'm 32. I'll be 40 next time. You guys will be like what 70? No, me.
That-
What's your age?
34. Gonna be 35 this
How old are
year.
you?
36.
36. So yeah, we'll be in our 40s.
Yeah.
Next time we get to go, and it's
And
probably
I
going to
will
get
go
harder
again.
and harder. Yeah.
And life ain't getting no shorter.
Right.
Man, no, it's not. You got to
Or
do these things
Longer.
I'd love to say you got to do them while you can. You still got to be able to afford to take the time and afford to pay for this stuff. It's not cheap. It's over $600 to get a tag, and it's $62 or $63 every year for points. So we've
What's
already
that
got.
math? Yeah. Let's see how much. I mean, and then plus.
So you look at $60 in 7 years. That's what $420.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're over over $1,000.
Yeah,
into
just to get a tag.
this. Yeah, and not talking if we're
And then
gonna
when
get,
you draw for a tag, what is it? 640 for the
640
tag.
something,
Yeah.
and then your gas. Right
And then
now,
if you want to live any kind of well on the trip,
yeah, man, just the gear alone,
but it's Iowa.
I know. Yeah.
there's guys probably not listening to us from Iowa. There might be, but they're like, it's not that big of a
Yeah,
deal.
guys, it sucks. Don't come up here.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm looking forward to it.
I'll get me a little moped. We'll ride up there like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
Damn.
you had an extra
Gets
pair of
me
gloves
there.
this whole time.
I gotta go pee.
Oh,
Just
hold
go.
on a skateboard on the back. So
Yeah.
that all three of us can go.
I
Hey, if
think
it saves some gas money, you may have to.
I told a buddy this the other day. I said, you got all these people standing on the side of the road begging for money. They ain't got a job or something like that. I said, I want to make a sign up that says, like, look, I've got a job, but I just
Still broke.
I want to go deer hunting with my
Yeah.
buddies.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
money will help.
All right, still broke and just need help.
Be 100% honest. I
Here's
wonder
my
how many people would be
GoFundMe.
like,
Yeah.
here you go, bud.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, need more money for deer equipment.
No, I've thought about that too.
Money doesn't grow happiness, but it grows crossbows.
You see all these people, like when we go up to northern Missouri and you're going through St. Louis and just traveling, you see like just married, and then they have their Venmo account or something like that. It's like, I wonder how many people fake that. Like, I mean, we could put just married on our hunting rig and see how many people send us money.
I almost, not that we need to ask
Not
for
that I
money,
do
but
that.
like, I bet you there would be some
Or, yeah,
good guys. They're like, you know what?
There's $20.
You know, I'm
Some
gonna
wealthy
fund this
guy.
trip. I would almost do it if I seen that. I'd be like, you know
feel
what?
bad.
I'm not. This is so
Be like,
bad.
just ate tag soup, please help.
right, right.
We need to do that.
Right.
Go over
Send water for our tag soup, please.
100% honest. Like,
We just need help. Got any hunting property?
Yeah,
Right.
You're scratching at your face. My dog died. My wife left me. My kids don't like me.
yeah.
But I want to go hunt.
No, but man, I'm ready. I was thinking about that all day today. Just like I said, we need to get us an Airbnb and just have a nice little base camp.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so down.
yeah. I need to see. I need to get on my calendar and see what days I have to go, because like any of the good times, I've already got people booked in front of me where I can't take off. So like to do like a
Really?
week-long vacation, I'll have to do it during like the October lull, which is honestly whenever I kill most of my deer.
Okay.
And then like December is my only times I can take like
Are you
multiple.
serious?
Yep. Yep.
So I've already got
Seniority.
This,
That's my lovely job.
Yeah, I went through that.
I've got this in the calendar. No, that's August. I'll say it was October. The 29th through the 8th. So that's October 29th through November 8th.
I'll be up there on the weekends. I mean,
Okay.
I can leave Thursday after work, and I can come Sunday night and go straight to work.
Okay.
I don't care. That's what I did
Can
going
you
to.
call in sick? Got sick days? What? I mean, what? How do we get
I
you out of
take
there?
insurance.
We can ski mask.
I gotta have a doctor's note. I'm gonna call you Dr. Alton.
Hey, his grandpa
My
wasn't
grandpa
Dr.
and
got
my great grandpa. We'll
Deer
come up with
fever,
something.
very contagious. Don't go to work.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Dr. Brookreson.
they don't listen to this. They won't know.
Dang it. We got to figure this out. That makes me
They
upset.
don't
now.
know, dude. They know.
Can we kick you in the knee and like?
Would you cut your leg off at the end of the trip? Because you could just say, I lost my leg.
Yeah.
But then
Can't
you'd have to
go.
get.
I'm a computer hacker. I don't need my legs. Name that movie. Wild Hogs.
Well,
Yeah, Wild Hogs.
I watched that. I
I've
think,
seen
but
that, but
Fine, we'll break his hands. Bring the money.
I know people that are obsessed with that movie. I guess you're one of them.
I love that movie.
I've seen it like once or twice, and it is
Yeah.
the good one.
I like
but-
riding bikes
Okay, that makes sense.
with no handlebars.
That makes
So if anybody listening to this wants to put in for Iowa and stuff like that, what do you go to? The Iowa?
Yeah, Iowa DNR, whatever it is, and you got to make an account and start swiping that card and make sure you do it every year.
60.
You don't lose your points if you miss. I think it's $64.
Okay.
Is it 64?
Yeah, I
for
think
a
it's
preference
62,
point?
and you do like a $2 donation to the Iowa Fund.
Well, we also need to look
Okay.
into, because I think Illinois is like, I'm so bad. I've bought these tags before and I can't remember the exact process. Is there anything else that we need to buy with a tag, like a hunting license or anything like that? Because I think Illinois is like that. There's something else.
You got to
have
buy like a heritage stamp or something.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. I want to say it said that includes it.
Okay.
I just had it pulled up, but I can't guarantee.
Well, we just need to make sure we're legal beagle.
Yep.
Yeah. And before we go up there, I'll call
Yeah,
and
I'll have it
check.
all figured
Hey,
out
can we
too,
have bikes? Can we have gear? Can I have a lighted knot? Can I have a light on my sight?
You better make sure Vika camo's allowed up there.
Oh, dude, they won't see me coming. They won't even know I'm there.
Well, so let's without, because obviously we all, and I'm sure in the next several weeks we're going to open up our group chat heavy and start sending some spots and stuff. But what are you guys thinking as far as like? Well, so the last few years before we knew you were going to come too, I had a piece of private to hunt, a smaller piece, but I've also been, and that's zone 6. And there's also the public, so I've kind of
Well, the public's really close. I mean, I can bounce up to the public easy, and there's quite a bit of land.
I've designed my thought process on that one spot. I showed you that.
Yeah.
But now we're zone 5, which has always been in the back of my mind, saying, "Oh,
Yeah, and I
there's
really
this
haven't
way,
looked
there's-"
at Zone 5 on the map. I've glanced at 6. I'm always driving through there back and forth Wisconsin. I'm like, man, this is where I could be, you know.
Right.
So I haven't pinpointed. I just think in big picture Iowa. And kind of like no matter where I go, I'm getting to go. I'm gonna make the best out. Yeah, we could have drawn from muzzleloader or went up to a northern zone already probably.
Yeah.
A lot of them only require 2 or 3 or 4 points, but we're wanting to go to where
Yeah.
the biggest bucks are.
Like we talked about before, like there's big bucks everywhere.
There is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's not one zone that's going to have.
Especially without going back to the camera thing, without like just knowing like what's in here. It's like, we're just going to go hunting.
Yeah.
You know, I brought that up. So one tactic I said earlier, I don't know if it was just with you or with both of you. It's like I almost want to like find those big population areas as far as like cities or bigger towns.
You mentioned that. Yeah.
Okay. And look for spots farther away from that.
Yep.
Because that's what I did last year in Illinois. Even it was kind of a surprise trip, but I was hunting some private over here, and I found this little piece of public. I was like, I'm gonna go check it out, just see what's happening.
I've done that in Middle Missouri and had really good.
Yeah.
I've had opportunities at good luck.
I shot a really good deer out of that, but then I started thinking about like the process of it. It's just this little bitty spitball piece out in the middle of
Overlooked sometimes,
and it's far away from everything. Yeah. And I'm sure if like a non-resident hunter is looking at Illinois, for instance, what I'm talking about, it's like, oh, look at this big chunk right here, and I could stay at this town. You know, we need to kind of look at some of that small stuff.
Kind of make it harder on us, but like I mentioned, like anytime you're around a populated area, those guys don't have private land to hunt or whatever, so they're bouncing around places that we're gonna be looking for.
Right.
Now, far enough away that may not be appealing to the eye. It doesn't have big flashing lights and says, oh, 3,000 acres. Maybe looking for those 30, 40, 50, 100 acre
Couple
spots.
hundred, yeah.
And then a couple of us go here, a couple of us go there, and just bounce around. And like I said, it's not that far, so we can get quite a few weekends to go up, and then go up there from pre-scouting and kind of see what it looks like.
You remember that pear tree we climbed that one time?
Oh, absolutely,
out in the middle of that field.
Yeah, I
wish
guarantee
that
you
would've
we could have
happened.
hunted that more because and had success. We saw a lot of deer. There's sign everywhere. We're throwing pears off. Yeah, I was listening to the podcast the other day, and they had this gimmick came out probably by Whitetail Innovations, whatever it was, or Wild Game. They always had them gimmicks. They had this like sound of acorns being crunched. Have you ever heard about that? Like they called it Acorn Cruncher, I think.
Okay.
And I want to say it was like an electronic call, and you turned it on. It was crunching, just crunching.
That's wild.
And like they don't even know that it's not even deer crunching on acorns. They're going to draw them right in. And it's just some of the things you can buy into.
You know, I've always heard too. I've heard a thing. I don't know how true it is, but like deer know when the freshest acorns are hitting. So like the trees that are falling the most, they can hear that sound.
They have. I would say visually smell. I can smell a fresh acorn. You know, one that's been there.
And they're smelling so much better than ours, so maybe they can.
I've tried that tactic too.
They taste terrible. I have tried to eat it.
If I'm up in the tree or whatever and I see a deer like walking quite a ways away, I'll take something and just start dropping it. You know, make it sound like acorns hitting the ground. Yeah.
Well, I
never really had it work.
Yeah. I do know, and I think everybody knows that they do have their favorite. You know, you can have a white oak flat and acorns everywhere, but they're all coming to this one tree, or at least this one fall. You know, I've seen that.
Call them the feeding tree.
Yeah. And that's something to consider too for Iowa is the oaks. You know, even though we're going to go up in the summertime, there's not going to be acorns on the ground.
This year for us should be acorns. So I don't know how it went.
That brings up. It all depends on this rain, because that's going to be a big factor in the last couple of years with blue tongue and stuff like that, because those areas get hit hard. So so does Illinois. It's like if it's drought. If it's a drought year, then we're not going to have acorns. Deer population could be affected.
Yeah,
man, I could overthink this.
It's easy to overthink. This. One thing I like about going to a new spot or just a public land spot is, like, if I'm hunting my farm, I will sit there for 2 hours before I go and be like, crap, all the scenarios. The wind's blowing out of the north, but this draw blows from the east. There's a pond here. It's 80 degrees in November, like it always is. Like, I can go here where there's water, but the access is terrible because they're bedding on the hillside and they can see me walking in. When you're going into a spot that isn't like your home, you just go. You just go. And if it looks good, you've been there, you're like, I'm not worried about the triple brow buck that I'm after or high spike, because I don't know what deer's in there. And with us not having cameras to run up there, we have no idea.
It's going to be so fun.
It's going to be fun. And I'm just excited to have kind of like that childhood where you just walk in the woods and you sit and what could happen. You're dreaming of that bush that you've been watching for 2 hours stands up and has legs attached to it. And it's a big old bratwurst just coming at you. That could happen. Yeah. It's got that. And we may go up there and not have luck for shit.
No, we're going to see a deer.
We're going to have fun, though. I can tell you that.
But I want to do diligence. I told him I want to have us like some episodes leading up and have like every time we're doing something, filming it, shooting bows, talking about this, running the podcast, and keeping that, and having like hopefully a success story at the end of the year, to where like all the lead and build up ends with carrying them out in our Vika camouflage. No, I mean I'm excited. I hope
excited.
I don't want to set my expectations too high.
No, I'm gonna set them high. Not in the sense of like a big
Yeah,
deer, but
but
like
I have confidence in you.
yeah.
You know,
I have a lot of confidence in you.
you know, like we've talked about this.
I'm willy nilly.
Thank you.
We talked about this on the podcast, and I was thinking about this today, and something it kind of hit me. But we talked about how your mind will dictate where you go in life, and what you think about the most is where you're going to end up. If you're a negative person, everything's going to be negative. If you're positive, it's always going to be positive.
Right.
And you know, I got to thinking about that, and like Alton kills big bucks all the time, and it's
all the time, like yesterday.
but like you know, and it
It's
always
turkey season. He probably did.
But it always makes me wonder, because I'm like, you know, like me and him hunt a lot together, and it's like I don't really see him. I mean, he does go a little bit extra a lot of times, but I mean, we have a lot of the similar traits on trees we pick out in spots. But like, honestly, I think what it is, him and Hunter Hadley, is their mind is consumed with it. Like, I've never seen somebody like that. Like, we could be at deer camp, and all of us are over here just talking, just having fun, conversation about anything other than deer, and Alton's over there on the couch just peering over Onyx Hunt.
Yeah.
Like, where's that
All
big
the
buck
time.
going to make
All the
his
time.
next move? And it's like, man, it's like,
And
that's
then we-
what it is. It's that mindset. It's
Yeah.
always thinking about success.
Well, all the time it's like it's go time. Like, hey Alton, where should I go? He's like, well, this map here shows this. I'll go here.
Well, thank you for giving me that credit, but it also hurts.
So I
though.
wore my shirt for you.
Well,
You're the topo guy.
yeah.
When we take tops off at deer camp, like this can be on you.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you, but
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
you can also overthink it, overanalyze it.
It's easy to
and,
do.
You know, I've done that way more times than I've killed big bucks.
But
At
I
the end of
think
the day,
I
there's
think
still
you
a
have
deer.
I think you have a mindset of success all the time, because how many times have I been hunting with you, and all of a sudden you're like, big buck, big buck, big buck. You always think it's a big buck, even if it ain't. You know,
Yeah, I'm hunting
you
that
have
big
that
buck, yeah.
mindset of like it's a big buck and it's
so
coming.
mad at that.
It's got spots on it.
But it's that,
There might
that's
be
a
one
good
behind
thing.
it. There might be one behind it.
It's a bobcat.
Right.
No, but that's, you're always thinking positive. Like, you're thinking that this is the buck coming in. You know, like,
I'm going to sound arrogant here, but I'm going to tell you, I haven't been on a trip yet like this and not gone on a monster.
yeah.
I'm going to get on a
Yeah.
monster. I know for a fact I'm going to get on a
Exactly.
buck that's like, boys.
And
I'm going to come back to camp one day and I'm going to be like, boys.
I have full confidence in that. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I might not kill this deer, but I'm going to see him.
when we would go to northern Missouri. And the times that I went was after like the prime time. I very seldom even saw a deer, but you usually came back.
I got on big bucks.
With
I'm going to get on
something.
big bucks.
Yep.
Even I remember that one trip. That one trip made me that giant we got on. It's like I'd seen a good buck earlier in the trip, and then had it messed up, and then a few days later got another deer, and then we got on that monster.
Yeah.
I mean, like a 180 plus. Well, you know the deer I'm talking about. And that trip, like I was supposed to come home this day, but I'm like, no, I'm bumping it back now.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby. Sorry, work. I was just seeing a monster.
Yeah.
You know, but like
Work, I'm sick. Honey, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get on a big.
Well,
buck. Yeah.
the tenacity you have at chasing them too. It was that same year.
I feel my
I'm pretty
neck
sure.
twitching thinking about it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna get on one.
I'm already picturing drawing back and just.
I remember that same year. I think it was like a rainy, cold day, and like I climbed down early. I'm like, screw this. Like, I'm cold. Like, and I coming back to camp, and I was like, where's Alton? They're like, oh, he's still out there. And it was after dark, like 30 minutes after dark, and here you come walking up, and you're just shivering.
I shouldn't say that. I know exactly what hunt you're talking about, because I was planning an all day set with Matt. Matt was in the tree with me that day, and we were down in a bottom, and we were hunting kind of this hillside overlooking this creek, and we weren't seeing Jack. And I was like, let's move, let's bump back 150 yards. I think our wind's circling in here. And got back there, and it started snowing. It was the same day. Same day my truck got wrecked.
Yeah.
And I remember Matt had a little cough that whole hunt, and he's like,
He backed out early, or he got out early. Didn't
he got down early. I probably should have too. I mean, looking back at it, you know,
You never know.
But I did have a doe come busting through a field and had a buck about like that. You know, a good deer.
Yeah.
You know, come chasing this doe. They didn't get super close, but got close. I'd seen some stuff, but I remember that's a long walk back, and I remember it was snowing hard. I couldn't even use my light because you couldn't see anything because of the snow.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna give it my all. I
Yep.
always will. I like to think the older I'm getting, the smarter I'm hunting. I don't have to do as stupid of stuff to make the right.
Work smarter, not harder.
Right. But I'm going to
kind of know when you can push in and know when you can't.
Yeah. Like if it doesn't make sense, why? But like, I'm going to give it my freaking all.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk those extra steps if I need to.
It's in your name. Alton.
Alton. Yeah. Give it my all.
Alton. Yeah. No, I'm going to.
No, and like Hunter Hadley's like that too. Like, I mean, that sucker, when it's time to
he's
kill
killed some deer, man.
Well, turkeys or deer. Like
everything.
When it's
he's
when
a
it's
flat
go
slayer.
time, he's like, I don't care what my buddies are doing. I'm thinking about killing.
Yeah.
Like that's all I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah.
You know, like they want to stay up late drinking beer. I'm going to bed. I'm getting up hunting. You know, like that's the mindset, and it works. I mean,
and I said that earlier, and this is I didn't even want to talk about this on the podcast, but like I don't want this trip to be like a typical
deer camp.
Yeah.
Well, deer camp's usually kind of like a vacation.
Like like
because
rowdy
when I go up there, I'm leaving deer that I'm after is my history up northern Missouri. I don't see deer. I don't go up there expecting to get on deer. So I have a good time. I hunt, but I still like to goof around and whatever. I'm still going to have fun. I don't make it so serious that it's a job, but I'm going to go up there to hunt.
Yeah.
You know, not be up till midnight, call it quits at 10 and get up and move along.
I'm going to be tired because I've been up early. And,
well, I plan on leaving work after a 10-hour shift and driving up there and sleeping a few hours hunting. And then if I have to hunt till Sunday evening and drive back all night, I'll drive back all night. It's between
Iowa.
5 and 8. It's like you gotta do it. I'm used to not sleeping anyway. Like I don't sleep.
I got it.
So,
No, but did you hear what you just said about the northern Missouri trip? You said you don't go up there expecting to kill or you'll see deer.
And I know, and that
mindset.
some of my fault too. I just every time I would go, I did not see deer. And like it just was terrible. And I got deer here that I could have been hunting, but I wanted to go hang out with my buddies.
It is hard,
and there is the opportunity of bigger deer there, but I just didn't experience it.
I think,
I'll go back. Like I love going up there.
Yeah, we do need to make another trip up there one time.
Which brings up a good point. I read something the other day on a YouTube short or something where they're discussing, and this is so bad. This is a pot calling the kettle black because here we are talking about going to Iowa hunt, and like not that I'm. But are they changing the rules for non-residents in Missouri?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too. They're looking at doing that, drastically cutting the numbers back. They're looking at possibly adding like $165 fee for public hunters on top of already buying the tag. They honestly just should raise a tag. It should just be $400 or better, no matter what. And they're looking at doing a draw system after 2027.
That'd be awesome.
And like really, really like cutting the numbers in half.
Yeah. And to any out-of-state hunter that's listening to this, please come hunt Missouri. I love that you're getting outside.
I like meeting people. It just like it's
too.
Getting overwhelmed.
That's what I was going to say. So
especially in the northern parts.
Yes.
Because like we don't see Missouri hunters up there.
No.
It's all non-resident. It's like, dang, I can't get. Yeah, we have a lot of public land here. We have a lot of poachers, and we don't really have a great deer density. A lot of does, but a lot of times I go out and don't see a dang deer for 5 sets.
Right.
A deer, and trying to kill a doe sometimes is a feat. You had that experience this year. I went for a long time. I shot deer in December. If it wasn't for that, I had like 1 or 2 doe I'd had down. Yeah. And it wasn't because I wasn't taking them. I just didn't have the opportunity. Right. And I was out there all the time. Like if I was off work, I was hunting. We just had it with the availability of all the gun seasons we have now. The crossbows, the cheap tags. Everybody knows Missouri has deer in a lot of public land.
Yeah,
we're getting overran.
Well, that's what brought me onto the subject was I got spoiled with northern Missouri, however many years ago, because the first time we went up, it was like
2015. You said?
Well, that was the first time I think Logan went up, and then I think I went up 2016. So when you went up, it was probably 2017 or 18.
Okay, that sounds about right. Well, I
came up in 19.
We got up there, and there was like when we first got up there, it was October 20th. I think I shot that big buck on the 23rd, so I'd been up there I think 2 days before that. So yeah, October 20th area, which is a good time. That's really good.
I love that.
Yeah, it's super good time.
They're checking scrapes. They're doing their thing.
And at this point, this is like my first trip with the Acorn guys. Mm-hmm. Like I think our buddy Ethan hollered at me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to like join our crew?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like the community hunt type thing." And got up there, and it's funny, they were like, "You're gonna hunt with Mikey," and I didn't even know Mikey.
Yeah. You guys barreled in off like out of the blue.
Yeah, just like I was like, I think I met him. Well, it's even funnier. So the plan was to meet somewhere in town. Mikey was going to hop in with me. It's like getting to know the guy you're going to be with the rest of the
So
week.
what's your favorite color?
Yeah. I accidentally slept in. I remember I had to.
No.
Yeah, I slept in. Well, no, the trip was even crazier because we were supposed to be going to hunt this big lease ground. You remember that? There was something to do with the buck stick. And it's like 6 of us could go to this big lease ground that this guy supposedly, and I'm not talking bad about this guy, but I knew I had back in my mind was like, this is too good to be true.
For
Nothing's
free?
Yeah, because we did some silly commercials and stuff for him.
Yeah, we got 3 views. We're good.
Right? Yeah, like something's not right here.
Yeah.
And I remember, so I'm running late. I'm running 90 something up 67. I meet them in Crystal City or Festus or something like that. And Mikey hops in the truck with me, and I'm like, hey, Mikey, nice to meet you. I'm Alton. And so now we're heading north. I think at that point, Ethan's like, the guy, I guess, backed out on us. So here we are going north.
Yeah, we were either going to go left or right.
We didn't have a tent. We didn't have, we were supposed to be staying at this house or whatever.
Luckily, there's a Bass Pro in St. Louis.
We did. We stopped at the Bass Pro.
Hey,
I bought
man.
a cot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us bought gear. We rigged up Kyle's camper. Not camper, but
It was like like an enclosed
Is
trailer.
that when Tony came up too then? Because Tony talks about they slept in an enclosed trailer.
No,
Or maybe-
wasn't it.
I don't think he was there that
Because at one
year.
point, I think he came up with a I don't know. That was
I do
before my
remember
time,
him being there. I don't remember.
It was me, you, Ethan, Logan, Kyle, and Matt. And then Matt's cousin ended up coming up. So it was 6, ended up being 7. But yeah, so it was like spur of the moment. We ended up at this public property, and
that's the first time you guys had.
that's the first time I'd ever been there.
Yeah.
They'd been up there a couple years before, and everybody was like picking out their spots. And I still remember like looking on the map. I looked at it a bunch. As soon as I knew we were going here, I looked down it, and I told Mikey, and Mikey I think had hunted a little bit of this area maybe earlier in the year, and seen some good sign. And I was like, dude, this looks really good in the sense of I'm not used to hunting funnels and agriculture and all this stuff. This is a big chunk of woods, and it had a power line through it and some little fields. I was like,
I go where I know.
This is the stuff I know.
Yeah.
And but what I'm trying to get at, this is anyways.
It all circles around. in the
Okay.
podcast.
What I'm trying to get at is we had this, let's say you cut this section of the public off, whether it be 800 acres, 600 acres, to ourselves. Me and Mikey had this to ourselves. I think there was maybe like one other hunter back in there.
Yeah.
But we got, I think first day we got on a monster. It ended up coming in. Mikey was hunting. I was filming, coming in, bedding down from us. This was a really cool learning experience too. And this is a big buck, like another 150 plus, maybe bigger than that. Anyways, comes in with the wind. We knew the wind was going to be shifting. I don't remember exactly the directions, but it was supposed to be blowing like this. And then at some point in the day, it's shifted over here. And what was crazy is we watched this buck come in and stop and stand there for like an hour or so, 30 minutes, bed down, wait till the wind shifted. Wind shifted. It got back up, stood there still like a statue for a long period of time, and then walked with the wind in its nose. And it was super cool to watch that deer. I think it got like 80 yards from it. I still remember the deer. Big, long main beams, big, tall tines, and its G2s on its left side. It had a split, but it was early, so they were like that.
Really, really sharp.
Yeah, it was really cool deer. I guess the next day is when I shot my big buck. And then the next day, Mikey had an opportunity. So I got spoiled on this hunt of like every set we were seeing 150 plus deer, like big bucks. And then I think the next year I was like still on cloud 9. This is a magical spot. There was a little more pressure that year. I went up early, got on I think me and Matt went up by ourselves, and I got up on a giant buck right away. Well, I think it might have been that year or the year after, and then it just started getting crazy, dude. Like, so that same spot where it used to just be 1 or 2 people is now
Like
lined.
the year I went was the year it got packed because everybody was bragging like, we'll be the only ones up there. There's big bucks everywhere. We get up there and there's quite a few people in the campground and they're all out of state.
Yeah. Well, the one year that I'm talking about where we got on for the biggest buck I've ever got on, I think I got so aggravated because I kept getting run out of spots. I say run out of spots in the sense of like, okay, I got on this decent deer here that I would have shot, very good deer, And then like this Louisiana camp comes in and they all like pile.
Louisiana gets so much rap.
But it's true.
It is true.
Like, I'm not talking bad about the
I know,
people.
but it's all over forums and media about like Louisiana boys are coming taking our spots.
Well,
like their deer are smaller down there. There's a lot of there's a lot of deer, but
I'm happy they got up here and happy they hunted. But
$200 this will kill stuff.
Like by day 2, like we're making plays on this deer we know is in the area, and like day 3, it's like I go back to the parking spot after a hunt, and here's 15 guys putting up,
especially on a weekend.
Yeah, and next thing, and I'm still hunting that spot the next day. It's like the whole woods had people.
You think?
It.
Yeah, you think that was crazy? Like the first year I got to go up there, or actually, the first year Logan went up, which was 2015, I think. He said that there was just a little old man that pulled his little pop-up camper, and he'd camp there from like September 15th to January 15th.
Crazy.
And I mean, he said like there was maybe 1 or 2 other campers in the whole thing. So prime time rut, you had the whole 9,000 acres or whatever it is to yourself almost, you know. But yeah, that it is crazy how much pressure and stuff and out of staters
and you
will
can't
come.
blame them because here we're talking about going to Illinois, we're talking about going to Iowa, we're talking about going to Kansas, and they're like, dude, stay out of our spots.
But do we say they're doing it right? Because it's a lot harder to go to Iowa because it's taken us 7 years to go to Iowa. Yeah. Illinois, you can buy a tag anytime, but it is a little more expensive.
It's pricey. It's the price of Iowa.
There's less public, you know. I don't know. I think Missouri, I want them. Oh, here, like if it's a perfect world, and my idea is like north of 70 is like everything's zoned out, but it'd be real easy to draw. Like in our neck of the woods, come hunt our stuff.
Yeah,
there's
you're not gonna hurt me because
there's tons of it. Maybe southern Missouri it's easier to draw. Right. Northern Missouri it's harder to draw. You know, something like that.
What do you think about doing a 4-point restriction down here too?
For youth,
it worked for Illinois. Yeah. For youth, no. You kill whatever means you had necessary. Do it. Or I'll also say like an apprenticeship tag. If you're a new hunter, you're allowed 2 years apprenticeship. Come hunt with whatever you want, crossbow, rifle, bow, and shoot whatever you want. I think I want them to get their foot in the door. But as you get to be that season, the 3rd year in, I think you should have to draw. I think it should be a 4-point restriction, and I think tag should be $400 or better for one deer. One deer. That's another thing they want to do is one deer.
At least, one deer, one antler. Because
that's the thing. It's one antler deer is what they're going to do for non-residents too.
That's great. Yeah. I mean, because one antler deer and kill some does because we need help killing some does.
We do. Yeah. And they keep adding these seasons like it's easy to do. There's no bounty on does. Like it's not meaningful to waste your spot. If you still have a buck tag during a doe season, you're not shooting does.
Yeah.
You're saving your buck tag. You don't want to blow out a spot dragging does out. They need to like cut off some of the season to be like, okay, this weekend is doe only. You can't shoot anything else. Go kill does. And people would probably kill more does.
See, I think the same thought you have, and this sounds so bad. There's going to be people bashing me on here with crossbows. I think crossbows should go back to how it was in the sense
100%.
It should be if you have a doctor's excuse or
the apprenticeship
or apprenticeship.
100%.
I'm
100%.
I don't know. That's such a...
Just because
I've got good buddies that have switched to crossbows, and I know you
why?
can draw.
Because it's easier.
That's what they say. Because it's easier.
It's just like shooting a gun, and then you go on there and say crossbows are guns. Like, oh no, it's not. It's got an arrow and a string. You told me you shoot it because it's easier and it's like a gun. So,
and that goes into another. And I hate to bash on it, but that goes into another strong point of mine. It's like a lot of the deer. I mean, we were driving down the road. It's been a couple years ago out by our house, and there's like a bolt stuck in the deer's like back of its neck, like
taking unethical shots.
Yeah, because they're so used to like.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
They try to take longer shots too.
Longer shots,
70, 80 yards.
They're not practicing as often because we go out and if we shoot our bows, we're shooting. I don't shoot as much as I need to nor want to, but I shoot quite a bit. Mm-hmm. You don't. Crossbow guys pick their bow up 5 days before season. They shoot 2 bolts, then they call it if that, and like, well, good enough. Most of them, not everybody, but you put 1,000 people in a pool, and 50 of them is going to be avidly shooting their bow.
Well, and to play the devil's advocate too, there's bow hunters out there that have
same thing.
They
don't need to be
6
shooting
different
deer.
Length arrows. Yep. They don't know what broadheads they're shooting. They don't shoot their bow one time and they're flinging arrows. So, I mean,
and is that worse than crossbows? Yes, that is worse because
same thing though.
Is a crossbow more ethical behind an ethical hunter?
Yes,
1,000,000%.
Yes,
you will probably kill if me and you put a deer at 40 yards with our bows or a crossbow. We're going to kill that deer more likely than not with a crossbow than we will with a compound bow or traditional archery. So basically what I'm trying to say is practice what you're using, but I think it needs to be restricted. Will it be? No, because companies make a fortune off crossbows. Now, what doesn't make money on crossbows after the sale is businesses, because they're not shooting, so they're not buying parts. They're not buying targets because they only shoot it 5 times a year anyway.
Well, heck, if they're a lot of these people I know that have crossbows, their crossbows break every weekend.
Yes, they're breaking all the time. It's all warranty.
So I mean,
work.
these bow shops are getting business from return customers because their limbs are snapping.
Yeah.
And
But you know what? No bow company or like bow shops. None of them like working on crossbows. They hate working on it. They're a pain in the ass.
They scare me.
They scare me too. They make me nervous. Now, am I going to get one for my kids? Yes,
I'm 100% for that.
Oakley will probably always have to shoot a crossbow.
Yeah.
Archer, as soon as he's able to pull back 30 plus pounds, he's not shooting a crossbow no more.
Yeah. Now, here's the sad thing, and it's going to happen to me earlier than you guys because of some of the stuff I have health-wise. And I say health-wise like I'm unhealthy, but I shake all the time. And I have noticed it's slowly getting worse. There's going to come a time where a crossbow is going to be the thing I have to do.
My shoulder may do the same thing for me.
Yeah.
I've had shoulder surgery. People talk about bad shoulders. I got a bad shoulder.
Yeah.
I still shoot that's a 40-pound bow. That's a 50-pound bow. Those are 80s. Those are mine.
Yeah.
My wife has blew through deer with 33 pounds. She was pulling on that deer at 33 yards. Blew through it, through the ribs.
Yeah.
You can be ethical with a low poundage bow. Yeah. And that can literally take that bow and almost pull it like that. Like it's so crazy. So like the excuse of I can't pull a bow back doesn't really count to an extent.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know,
right.
And like you said, if that comes to the case, you go get a doctor's deal and say, hey, man, I'm eligible to shoot this, and I won't bash you. And that's not something I bash about because you've put in your time. You just physically can't do that. And people talk about, well, if you can't physically do that, and you don't even need to be hunting.
No, bull crap.
You have buddies
that'll go hunting.
You have buddies. Hey, Scott, I got a deer down. Will you come help drag it out? I'll be there as soon as I can. Or Swilly will be there. You know, or you need help cutting it up? Absolutely, man. You need help getting in and out of the stand? You don't need help wiping your ass? Call Swilly.
I'm not telling you, if I lost my legs, I will have a pulley system up in that tree where I can pull. I'll be jacked and I'll pull myself out. I will. Have
you seen the TikToks of those guys? Like one of these guys, I think he goes by Stubby or something. He was just on an older podcast I listened to, but he modified his little stubs and put like tires and cut them and use the groove of the tires, and he uses them to come up the rungs of a ladder stand, and he bow hunts.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it my.
He's like, man, like it takes a lot before you really can't.
You know, that's a crazy point to think about too. Is like there's a wrestler I watched a documentary on. He has no legs, just arms, and so he's like flopping around. And I mean, he like won some wrestling. You know, won wrestling.
I heard he really takes the legs up underneath his opponents.
He went to court, but he didn't win because he didn't have a leg to stand on.
He eats at IHOP all the time.
No.
Did you guys hear about that paraplegic? Is it paraplegic when they don't have limbs?
I think a paraplegic.
If you say it confident, I believe you.
Oh. They don't have a limb. I don't know what's a limb.
He just got in trouble for killing some people, or killed somebody.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about that? This isn't a joke. This is
I'm waiting for the I'm waiting for the punchline.
No, like he was a professional cornhole player too. Y'all haven't looked.
No, I haven't.
It's been on the news.
Cornhole paraplegic killer.
Bro, I swear, it sounds like fake news.
This is Tall Tale Chronicles, brought to you by Journey Unknown Podcast. Tune in next week for Shoeless Joe Jackson returns to baseball.
I can't even spell paraplegic.
Hey Siri, how do you spell paraplegic? Oh, she answered. Hey, right there, paraplegic, affected by or relating to paralysis of the legs or lower body.
ESPN quadruple amputee cornhole player fatally shoots man, authorities say. It's all over the news. This just happened. This dude.
I thought you were telling a joke.
No, bro.
I'm sick for that.
No, it's this guy right here. This guy. And there's like videos of him like shooting out of a neighborhood window.
So what does he have? Like not
he doesn't have. I don't think he has anything.
How does he shoot?
Bro, he just be doing.
He looks kind of funky. He looks like what a.
You gotta look this up. I don't want to like spend podcast time on this, but I've seen like he throws. I'm not making fun. I guess at the point he's a murderer, you can make fun of him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he murdered somebody.
Okay. Yeah. The murdering part ain't funny. It's
no.
I wonder if I have seen guys with like I don't know how to nicely way of saying it, nubs throwing cornhole and like they're holding them in their armpits and stuff and like really freaking good.
It's probably this guy. He was a professional like.
Maybe.
Yeah, but he's killed somebody. He real POS supposedly.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
No, but that like back what I was talking about is like it's like what your mind can do. Like you see people that are like that and they're like they overcome because they want to do it so bad.
Yeah.
You know, like
And-
I seen a guy like shoot a bow. He took his
Yeah,
foot
yeah.
and like stuck it out and then he built a release.
There's like Olympic archers that
that
have
you
that.
just bite on it to release it. You know.
My uncle used to shoot with a guy that was like that and pulled his teeth. And guys were coming up and be like, "Man, that's not fair. Like, he's got an advantage that he doesn't have to draw back." And the guy's like, "I'll tell you what. I'll take your arms and you can have what I have."
Right.
And they're like, "Just mic dropped."
Yeah.
You know. And like you said, don't have the want to. I'm speaking from a point of how we think about hunting, where it is literally 24/7 in my mind. I'm kind of being harsh on the fact of the crossbow. Not everybody gives a shit.
Yeah.
They just want to go out and hunt. And I appreciate that too, because I used to be like that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go hunt, and if I wanted to kill a buck, a spike buck, a 6-point, a 5-point, whatever, I wanted to do that. I wanted to kill a doe. I wanted to have meat. I wanted to get that thrill of shooting something. So I also understand that. So I don't always mean to be so harsh, but at the same time, if I don't stand my ground, I'll always just be this naysayer and yaysayer.
Yeah.
You know, I got to have my point. And if they don't want to watch this podcast, sorry. That's just the way I feel. That's I'm so ate up with it when it comes time to where it's intruding on how I hunt. Like that's when it becomes a little bit of a factor. I got to stand up on something.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not saying getting rid of all of
Yeah.
it. Don't get rid of it, but I think there should be some restrictions on.
Well,
how
at the
we
end of the
hunt.
day, you ain't gonna please everybody.
I'm not gonna
Ain't
please everybody, so why
you ain't
try to
gonna be
please
everybody's
everybody?
cup of tea.
No,
Right.
no.
You got to stand for something, or you'll fall for anything.
Yep.
Like I said, I've got friends. I've got several really good friends that have turned to crossbow hunters, and you know they'll send me pictures every year.
Is there a picture? Is there crossbows in the picture?
Typically not. See, that's exactly.
So there, people talk about too. If you're so proud to shoot a crossbow, I never, unless it's one of them female huntresses that's got the boobs out at the same time, which I don't pay attention to them at all.
Yeah, no, we don't see that.
You know,
stuff, yeah.
you don't see crossbows in pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because
Because they're ashamed. I don't know.
But when they send me that, I'm always proud of them. Like, hey, good job, dude.
Yeah, you still had to get within
Yeah.
range and
They
shoot.
put
Like,
in the time, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. It's like I'm gonna still celebrate your deer,
Mm-hmm.
but in my opinion, especially I know you're
Yeah.
supposed to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
guys that are jacked and really, really physical and
And you want to talk about not having the time, boys. I mean, you guys have kids. I have zero time with work and kid and just life, and it's like, but I still find time.
you gotta sacrifice instead of doing. Like I missed out on a lot of family stuff. I missed out on holidays. But they know this is this is me. If I lose this, like you're losing me.
Mm-hmm.
So like I make that sacrifice. Not everybody's like that. So you also have to kind of think about them with, man, don't make it too hard. I just want to go out and hunt.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Well, bring your
I see it. So it's you're kind of slashing your own fingers off by how we talk. But it, like you said, you got to stand for something or you fall for anything.
But in their mindset, they almost need to bring their distances in. Okay, if they don't have the time to shoot all the time and all that stuff, how many times have you had a bow mishap or you have to buy a bow and you can go hunting that same day? Because I can go out there and I can get my bow sighted in to about 40 yards
Easy.
within 10 minutes.
Yep.
And yes, a lot of it's because of such repetition. My anchor points,
Yeah.
the same thing.
It
over
may
year
not
and
be
year.
dialed in like I want it because I'm a decent shot. I know when I'm not shooting right.
Yeah.
But they malfunction all the time. Is why you also should be shooting even during season because man, you're beating the piss out of your bows whenever you're hunting or traveling or whatever.
But you can get it in 20 quick.
Yeah.
You can hand me. I don't know what your draw length is, but you can hand me even if it's 28 to 30. You can hand me either one of those bows
I'm a
back
29
there.
and a half, so I can shoot above and below.
Give me 5 arrows. I'm gonna have that in 20 yards.
Yep.
I'm gonna have
and
it.
and I've practiced with a lot of releases. I can
Yeah.
shoot a back tension. I can shoot a pressure release. I can shoot a finger trigger. I can shoot a thumb button, which is what I primarily shoot with. Like I put in the time to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not bragging. I'm 32 years old. I've been doing it since I was 13.
Right.
I failed so many times that I eventually picked up a few good traits while doing that.
Yep. Yeah, and that's like, back to the thing like Caleb said in that podcast, like we all have the same 24 hours in a day.
That's true.
Why are some people better than others?
Yeah.
It's because they put in the work.
Yeah,
They get up at extra.
You pick me up all the time on that because I'm a procrastinator. My ADHD gets in my way too, and I have more time than I think I do, but I get overwhelmed. He's always like, "Hey man, you're doing a good job. You're getting it done.
Oh, I'm proud of
And
you.
we're gonna get better. We're gonna get more proficient." Like it's needed sometimes because it's as simple as a podcast, and I cut it down like this time with one camera. I've got to get some other stuff done because I really want to get booked on my real estate before it gets bow season. I want to have this done and showing properties by August. Like that's my goal is to be properties by August. Mm-hmm. So hopefully maybe next year I can do that full time when Alexa, for one, she's going to school to be a certified physical therapy assistant. She's got to do like a year long of like clinicals. You know how that goes with your wife. And she won't be getting paid. We are barely scratching by right now with what little she makes in my income.
Right.
I've got to have something else, and I don't want to rely on my job to where I'm already not happy. And when it becomes like where I can't do this, I'm going to be upset. I got to have my mindset. I'm trying to get prepared now so it doesn't just break me down when the time comes. But if I can get into the real estate and hopefully really like it, maybe that can become my primary. And, and have more. Eventually have more time, and also when I am working, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I encourage you because I know you will be good at it,
and
I know you have the personality, you've got the love, you've got the heart. I mean, I've known you since you was 17, and that's what I've always admired. I think, like, I click with people that are like-minded with me. That's why all three of us are sitting right here right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%. Cheers to
all
you guys.
three of us right here, I really cherish as friends, and I call you my real friends, you know, because I know I could trust any of you guys at any time with a serious problem, and you'd steer me in the right direction.
Yeah, best I could.
And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the type of people that would make a good real estate agent. You know, like you're not trying to gyp somebody. You ain't trying to screw somebody out of money. You're just trying to help them.
And we know, like at Alton's, you're in sales, but you're not that salesperson title. Like we wouldn't. I can read through that. I read people sometimes too well. Like I don't like it. Sometimes I wish I could just go with the flow, but I usually like that first few minutes you get with somebody, you can kind of tell, and you're just a good dude, you know. And like that's. Yeah, I don't know. I appreciate you guys. We're getting all hardy
that's
started,
what I was telling Alton earlier today. Like, it's like, man, I do not like salespeople. Right. Like, I mean, they annoy the crap out of me because, like, if I don't want to buy what you're selling, shut up. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's how I take it. And I'm sorry, I've got a mean spirit like that, but it's just like I don't have time for that right now. And so, like, with me wanting to get into this, it's like, you know, I'm not going to be that guy. Like, you're going to come to me, and I'm going to help you, and that's all I want to do.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this. You know, I manage a dealership. We might have talked about this last time. I know I've talked to you about this.
It's been a while.
But, like, there's different types of salespeople. And I hire all sorts of them. Mm-hmm. You'll have your guys that come in, and they're salespeople, you know, and they put up big numbers quick. They come in, and they might be, you know, I'm in the car business, but they might start selling 20 a month, you know, pretty quickly. And they can keep that up for a while, but a lot of times you see those guys kind of float around. They'll be there for months, year or two, and then they float. And then there's your steady guys. I'd say like the type of personality like us three. You know, I'll tell you, my first couple years of selling cars, I wasn't amazing. But, you know, my people that come to me, they knew me, they trusted me, but it's the time at it. Mm-hmm. Now, which I manage a dealership, but I've taken care of people for so long. I don't have to. I know it sounds so bad. I hope the people that are my bosses don't listen to this, but like, I don't have to put in a whole lot of work to have these because they trust me.
Yeah, it's natural.
So you don't have to sell something. No, you know, like figuratively speaking.
They know if they're ready for a car, call me, and I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to give them the best deal that I possibly can. Obviously, the dealership has to make a little bit of money, but my gosh, I want to take care of it. I want to help you too. But you know, and those are the guys that make the long-term good salesmen.
Yeah, and
the guys that just build the trust, build the relationship, and then here in the car business, it's a three-year rule. After 3 years, you start seeing that clientele come back. You know, because a lot of people trade every 3 years. But it's going to be the same thing for the housing market. There's a lot of like people that move houses. It's probably not going to be 3 years. I don't know if it's going to be 5
or they know
10.
Somebody's looking, oh, well, talk to this guy. He done us good.
Right.
Or he was easy to deal with.
So I'd say if you guys get into it in like 5 years from now, you're going to have so much business because people care about you. Yeah. You know, and
you can hope for that. Yeah.
I'm going to spin this back to Iowa. I was talking to a mutual friend of all of us the other day, and he was asking me about Iowa. He's like, you ready? And I'm like, oh yeah, my mind's on it. And he's like, he had heard through the grapevine that multiple people were going. So he was kind of giving me a little flack for it. And I was like, no, the people that are going that I know are people that I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest with you. Like I just said earlier, I don't want it to be a deer camp. I don't want it to be like a party. But and this is going to sound cheesy, if it's us three, I love that. Because I know I'm going to help you. You're going to help me. Like, bounce ideas off of each other. Heck, like I seen a big buck. Oh, I'm going to hunt this. Like, like
you're not going to be hiding from one another either. So,
no.
If I see something, I'm like, man, I don't know if I can get set up here. Like, you may want to set up here. Like, that's how I want it. So many times the big buck can do things that will cut people's relationships. You know? And I'm not like that. I can't be like I'm probably more worse on spoiling spots from talking about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm so excited. Like I like sharing my excitement. I like to share the what happens whenever you get in contact with a big buck.
Well, that's the same context too. Is like, I think sometimes real estate sales can cut friendship. Like some people can try to cut into that. And I've got a lot of good good buddies that are in real estate, and it's like, I'm not going to get into that. Like, I mean, if it comes to where I have to do something that's just like pushy, to make me,
because real estate is very legally binding. You just can't do that.
Yeah, and I'm not going to hold a grudge. I mean, that's my goal in life, is just to,
being cut.
God will give. That's what I was telling Alton today. I said, like, I'm scared going into it, because like there's that angel on your one shoulder and there's a devil on your other shoulder. That devil talks to me all the time. He's like, man, you ain't smart enough to do this. Like, you barely passed your exam.
Yeah.
It's like, and then you gotta go talk to people you don't want to talk to, and that it's just on and on and on, and I'm like, gosh dang it. But then, I mean, a lot of times I just sit there and I have to pray and get that mindset of like, no, I can do this. Like, I love people, and that's what I was talking to a guy. I don't really know him real well, but I was talking to him. I told him, hey, pass my real estate exam, and I'm gonna do that. And he's like, man, that's awesome, dude. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm a little scared, going into it. He's like, oh, you ain't got to be scared. And I was like, well, I said, the way I look at it is like, that's going to be kind of like my philosophy. I take care of you, you take care of me.
Right.
That's what I want to do in life.
Let me give you some advice too. I just thought about this. So, and the same thing with car sales. And really it's the same thing with a lot of things. I think about this with taxidermy. I mean, heck, one of my best friends is a taxidermist. My uncle's a taxidermist. I know Caston very, very well, known in my whole life. I know so many, it's just like the car business. Like, you got to remember this, and it'll happen to you. And I'm talking about real estate, where somebody real well went and bought a house or a piece of property
and
from
they didn't
somebody
use
else.
you.
You got to remember, they know those people too.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like I told you earlier, and for if any of my buddies that are in real estate, I've got several really, really good friends that are realtors. But the sad thing is, the moment you become a realtor, I will never use anybody else but you. But that's just because you're like a brother to me. And maybe such and such will get butthurt that I did it, or such and such. For the last few transactions, real estate stuff I've done, like me and my wife have bounced. Like, we did this person, because we want to get. I do the same thing. I'm sorry, my Uncle Sean. I'm sorry, I do the same thing with taxidermy. I know all these guys so well that I want to give them all my business.
And if they're all good quality people, like it's you're just trying to put your money to where it needs to be earned.
Fair. And then if somebody's going to get hurt about it, I want them to understand it's not that but you got to remember that as a salesperson, because it's happened to me. I've seen people.
I guarantee it. Yeah.
I've seen people that I'm very, very close to go. They have a picture on social media of this vehicle they just bought. I'm like, man, why didn't they call me? Mm-hmm. Well, they probably know that guy really well too.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
Yeah. And that's something that I will have.
One guy was a really good salesperson, and
but sometimes you'll never even got the opportunity.
Yeah. I bet that's a lot come to
exactly. You never knew.
Yeah.
It will hurt you though one day when you showed a piece of property, and come to find out that guy went and bought that same piece of property from another person. That you have the right to get mad there.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, that's just. I've got to learn to, and I think I'm pretty good at that, is not getting hung up on stuff like that, because that's not going to do nothing but hurt me, and I know it's going to come, and I'm going to get butt hurt for about 5 seconds.
It'll be a learning process. You'll eventually get over, I think, a lot of that.
Yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, like,
I smell pizza.
I smell like clover to me. I don't know why I was thinking
clover.
Like 4-leaf clover.
I mean, that's like kind of like
from whitetail greens food plot.
No. No, but yeah, it'll be a ride, and
Yeah.
keep the best attitude we can. And like I said, I'm excited to see how your journey goes, and I want to see you get through that class and
I'm ready.
all the school.
I hope like with the next 2 weeks I can knock out the videos I need to do. So then I have that off my shoulder. Like, okay, I can worry about deer hunt videos a little bit later on in the summer when I get my classes done. I'm so mounted with the hunting stuff that I've already put behind. I hate to take another step into something that is better for my future and put that on the back burner when people are asking for videos and it's not all my hunts. So like I feel bad, like, oh, like you only putting your stuff out. Like, well, I'm the primary videoer and stuff, but
Yeah.
I still want to show that I appreciate the guys that are behind me, you know, with what they do.
Right.
And I got to put that out too. And like I don't mean to put that on the back burner. My stuff's on the back burner too. The buck I killed last year wasn't on there. Some turkey videos aren't out. Like there's things that I've done that still aren't out there.
Yeah.
I want to get that taken care of, and then knock out some realty, and then
Which
have that off my mind before we go to Iowa.
that's why I texted you the other day. I mean, like, I really am proud of what you do because you're not getting paid to do this. You've got a full-time job, a family, and you're still trying to put this content out there. Like, yes, I'm here on the podcast, but I can't take credit for it. You know, you're the one that edits
You
it.
show up every week though.
Well,
you know?
that's all I can do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And I appreciate it.
one of these days I'll have my computer back and I can help out
Yeah.
maybe on some
You help out a lot
editing.
getting people lined up to come on. It does. We don't always have to have somebody on. I mean, me and you can BS and
Oh yeah.
talk fine. I enjoy having friends on and people that we've met just are good people with a drive of all different walks.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
never know what you're going to learn.
you never know.
stuff.
And the moment you lay down and lay low, you're losing out. Like if you're not getting out of your comfort zone and doing things that you're uncomfortable with, talking to people. I've met a lot of people here in the last few months that I have no idea. Never would have met them.
Yeah.
We come here and we talk, and I'm the same person I am with you guys as I am them. I usually got a bourbon. I say a few cuss words. I am me. Like, and they respect that, and I respect them, and we have a good time.
Right.
You know, so. But with that, we can kind of knock her down. We've had a lot of. This has one have been my favorite podcast, I think, because I actually got to be. I don't know. We talked really good talk about Iowa and the stories, and I've enjoyed it.
Here before we close it down, we was at that meeting at MoDOT, and our district engineer
On Monday?
Yeah, he gave a quote by John Quincy Adams, and it hit me. First thing it says, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, become more, you are a leader. And I was like,
I like that.
that's what I want to do. Is I want to
like that.
inspire people. I want to encourage people that you're not just stuck. If you want to do something, go do it. Like and have confidence and faith.
And like with our fitness, I post things sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, man, that's kind of douchey that I posted that. But then there's those few people that are like, hey, man, what should I do to get started, or my next step, or whatever it is. Like, it helps a few people out, may turn down a lot, but like what we're doing here helps a few people out, may turn down a lot. But those people that it does matter to, matters to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I can spill out what I enjoy doing, and it's for a positive thing, I'm just going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I don't have a big following, probably never will, but
It's okay.
I want to keep doing what I'm doing.
Exactly.
You know, and same to you. Like, you're putting people behind quality, dependable cars and talking deer hunting, and you help us out with maps, you know, with the deer hunting side and the camaraderie, and you just Swilly being a genuine person. You help probably more people than you realize.
Yeah, for sure.
You're just a
Yeah,
genuine
for
person.
Well, yeah,
No,
I don't know how to say it. Like, you're just like you're the all around good guy, you know?
Well, thank you.
Well, how many times oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, how many times I called several people. Like, I hate to say it, I called my dad before needing help to move furniture and stuff, and I'm like, who can I call? Swilly.
Yeah.
And I hate to have to call you, but I know you'll come.
Yeah.
You know, I know if I
You're
need
a
help.
sucker.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Right.
No, but man, I like this last week being my birthday week, dude. Like,
I almost missed it. I'm sorry. I thought it was Monday.
dude,
I about messed up.
like-
I saw you said it was maybe Monday.
I miss it. I miss everybody.
But you don't have social media.
I'm not on Facebook anymore, so I don't get reminded. I will say I was guilty this time, and I know we're cutting him off because I think somebody in a group chat said it, and I remember seeing it, but I was also holding a baby.
It's not the first time
Oh,
you
yeah.
got too short. Doctor did it when he was born.
No, but dude, like, I'm serious. Like, I'm a sappy kind of guy, and like, I actually took time and like went through all the people that said something.
I don't
And
think
then
I did it on
you
Facebook.
put that post on the Rack Attack
Oh, I did,
and I'm like, golly, like,
I meant it.
I know, I appreciate it too. What?
I have to hop on and check it out.
Yeah, I appreciate every comment that anybody said. And happy birthday, and dude, it's cool to be 36 years old and have people that I know at least I got 96 people that like me.
Only on your birthday.
Yeah.
It did take me a while to make the post because I can't screenshot on my phone. My up volume doesn't work. I'm gonna try a new phone Friday, so I had to go through. I don't have many pictures of me and you. The one picture I did have, it's me, you, and Logan.
I know which one you. Yeah.
Doing full moon rises in the middle of the day. I'll show you. I couldn't post that one. But I had very few pictures, and I'm like, well, I don't want to have a picture before your transformation. You were fit then. You're way fit now. But I didn't want to be like, who is that guy? Because he's completely different a few years ago than he is now. So I had to go through the archives. Like, when were we together? Because a lot of times we were only together during like a turkey at Leroy's for one night or a deer camp. So it was like twice a year for a long, long time. And I had to go through and try to find a picture without having to take a screenshot of a video.
And some of those places, some of those pictures, like you said, you probably don't want to show.
No, some of them, some of them people don't need to see.
Right. I've seen several pictures
we do
from
behind
deer camp.
Behind camera sometimes.
You remember that one we got on? You got on the game camera that when I first bought that place out there. So me and Alton and Nathan had our Tacticams, we were all linked up, and dude, we was watching for big bucks and stuff, and I just bought that place out there. I put that thing up, and so like I was telling him, I was like, I wonder when I'm gonna get a big buck on here. And anyway, so like Alton was on it all the time. He's like scrolling every time a deer pops up. Did you see that deer? Did you see that deer?
Yeah.
So I told it was me, Kyle Bratcher, and Logan. We was over there. I told him, I was like, dude, you want to run naked in front of the camera? And they're like, yeah. So we take off and we run naked in front of the camera. You can just...
I will say this: the timing was perfect because every time they come by, the right leg was forward, so at least you couldn't see anything.
Oh, probably like, better let that one go another year.
Right. I think
he's got some growing room.
The one that I might still have on my phone is of Logan. It's just like,
yeah. I texted the group, and I was like, big buck, 3 of them. And then all of a sudden, I get a text back from Alton. He's like, naked. Queers or something, or homos.
He's got to shoot crossbows.
I've got an idea. Just what if we make this podcast not your podcast, like let's do an Iowa series off your podcast.
Yeah, let's do that
once a month from here until December or whenever we stop hunting it. We'll pick up on where we're at in our journey, what we've planned, what we've done. If we've like by this time next month, maybe that night we'll buy our preference point. We'll have where we've chosen. Then the next month, hopefully by then we've been up there, we've scouted.
I like the way you think.
I've been wanting to try to incorporate some kind of series and try to get you on here more. Maybe have another, join us a little bit and have some conversations. And an Iowa series sounds great.
My whole deal is, and we can talk about this off camera. It's like I just need to plan it. Like I need to know a couple weeks in advance because my wife makes her schedule. A month
and I'm
out,
just get on me because I'm a fly by the seat of my pants guy.
Yeah.
So just get on me and we'll do it.
We'll figure it out. But that sounds cool.
Sounds good, man. Well, I've really enjoyed this podcast. Thanks for coming out.
Always.
I appreciate it. Swilly, thanks for being here every week, man.
Thank you. Wouldn't miss it.
You guys out there in podcast land, if you're watching this and you like it, or if you don't, give us a like, subscribe. Spotify and YouTube. I try to post every Tuesday morning at 4 a.m. Doesn't always happen. We've only missed 1 week.
I think so.
Out of basically, we've got 21 episodes. I started this in like September. I don't think I started posting until like before Christmas, maybe.
Yeah,
I had some with me and Trevor done a couple, and then my buddy Derek from Wisconsin. So we're trying to make this an every week thing.
Yeah.
I mean, trying our best. It may not always happen, but we're gonna keep on trucking.
Before you close too, one more thing I was going to say. If you're out there and you're listening and you hear like the story of Alton, first time he shot a big buck in northern Missouri, there is footage of that, and it's on Acre and Outdoors.
Yep, on YouTube.
It's such bad footage.
So,
I tried watching
I've watched it.
But I mean, like, if you want
to,
you want to side trail and go to Acre and Outdoors and just check out kind of some of our pre, I think Scott's on a couple of those videos.
Yep.
And, I mean, that's kind of really the basis of when we started filming.
Yeah.
And then Scott took up Rack Attack Outdoors and ran with it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, you're the only reason I even think about getting a camera back out.
Yeah.
It's just to add to you. Like I want to give your rack attack this footage. Like if I don't know. I love seeing.
We
this.
don't always have kill footage, that's for sure. And that's what I'm trying. I need to get, if I could just get better with it and start doing more of like what do they call that when you do like a day by day? There's a word for that. Like a vlog.
Vlog.
Yeah. Like, and my original thought with the podcast was to overlay what we're talking about, footage. Like 2 weeks ago, we went here, we talk about it, and I overlay it on a podcast. That may come eventually. I'm not proficient enough yet with my time and the editing to do it. That's kind of what I planned on. Yeah. But anytime we can get footage from people, I don't do it for everybody. Yeah. But like buddies of mine,
you can have anything.
Cause I don't ever want to be like I'm only using your footage for views. You know, in one sense, yeah, it helps. Yeah. But two, if it's somebody that is a genuine good hunter and a good person, I'll gladly share it, you know.
What's it called? Yeah, I'll be a rack attack field staff guy.
There we go. Yeah, the field staff guy.
No, I'm just, yeah.
Man, I remember when we first started acting outdoors, dude. Like, I mean, we were such newbies. Like, I mean, you're running to the first person that on Facebook, like, looking for pro staff out. And it's like, please, I'll shoot those broadheads. Like,
hey, not to give myself credit, I even back then was giving that a lot of crap. I thought that was the cheesiest. I've always thought that was.
I thought it was cool.
I thought that's what you had to do to be a successful outdoorsman.
But now it's almost like I need to find some people.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be that guy, you know. And everybody says, "Well, I won't use it unless I use it." Yeah. Oh, dude, don't give me the BS. Like
it's hard to say without knowing.
You know, and so many companies can just give us free product that we're nothing, and they send us free stuff. I'm like, that's awesome. You know, I get a discount on a lot of things. A few things that I have partnerships with. They're not sponsors; they're partnerships. Right. But like, I'm not getting anything for free. My own hats that I have, this is Vika. I paid for it. My rack attack hats, I pay for them.
Right.
You know, I still buy my own hats. If you see me wearing a hat, I didn't take it out of my funds. I paid for it. You know, and so like when I sell hats, it's only to go back into the business. Yeah. So like I have hats for sale, and a lot of times they get taken and not paid for. I'm out hundreds of dollars, probably thousands at this point.
Well, I'm a pro staffer for Rack Attack at Outdoors.
Like and subscribe. Hey guys, we'll see you next week. Trevor and his dad is in Nebraska right now, turkey hunting. They got archery season. They're going to finish up tomorrow and Friday, and then starting the shotgun season Saturday. So hopefully next week you'll hear something about that. I think he'll be back to work by then, but we'll talk about it and see how it goes. And the week after that will be turkey season officially for Missouri. So
heck yeah.
In the meantime, go fling some arrows.
Stay wild.
See y'all next week.
See y'all.